Hello, good morning, and welcome to your favorite news show. We call this Breakfast Daily News Review right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. We bring you exciting conversations. We bring you the headlines, most importantly, and also we get to hear from you all of your thoughts, your contributions, your experiences, and all that you have to add on to the show. It's live and interactive, so please do all to send in your messages, and I'll be glad to read it across for you. This is the day the Lord has made. We'll rejoice and be glad in it. But before we delve into the big headline stories, we want to just give you the latest weather updates, kind courtesy the Ghana Meteorological Agency. So the summary for today's weather, it's an 18-hour forecast for Ghana, valid from 6 a.m. to the 19th of August 2026, and it reads: thunderstorms of rain of varying intensity are expected to continue over parts of northern and transition sectors this morning into the afternoon across the southern Ghana. Mostly cloudy weather conditions will dominate, with few areas likely to experience slight to moderate rain. Mist and fog patches will form and reduce visibility over the coast, forest and hilly areas in the early hours of the morning. It's also important to note that relatively cool night and early morning temperatures are expected across the country, and the state of the sea is also expected to be rough. So this is the brief summary of today's weather forecast. Would also want to urge all of you, our lovely viewers out there, to follow the Ghana Meteorological Agency via their social media platforms. On X, formerly Twitter, it's at Ghana Met. On YouTube, it's the Ghana Meteorological Agency. On WhatsApp, it's the Ghana Meteo Agency. And on TikTok, it's Ghana_Met_official. Please give them a follow and get yourself updated as far as, weather forecast is related. And would continue the show. It's now time for me to also remind you of some of the things happening here at Channel 1 TV and City FM. We have the This is Ghana Fair and Exhibition. It's back, it's better, it's bigger. What we are doing is to showcase all of the proudly made in Ghana, whether they are products, whether they are services, whether they are artifacts, everything that it's done that is proudly made in Ghana would be at the fair. So please do all to be a part of this. It's happening on the 29th and the 30th of August at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park. It's proudly sponsored by MTN Everywhere You Go and EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. So please do all to be a part of this. Of course, GEPA and Exim Bank are also on board this year, and we are really excited. We are ready, and we can't wait for you, right? So what you have to do, if you are watching and you're interested in being a vendor, is to call the number 0205-973-973, 0205-973-973. Alternatively, call the number 0558-973-973. And it's important that once you call to be part of this, there are certain financial obligations you have to ensure you go by. And please do want to do that before you can be wholly and fully part of this. Otherwise, you forfeit your chance to showcase your products to a wide array of Ghanaians who will be coming in there to see for themselves. There are networking opportunities. There's so much more in store. So please don't miss out on this on the 29th and the 30th of August this month. The This is Ghana exhibition is happening. We'll delve into the newspapers, but before that, again, let me also remind you that the Channel One News app is live and interactive. This app is running on the Google Play Store, so it's a simple place where you can get everything news related as far as our videos, content we produce here, our programming, and videos and pictures from events we cover, all of that and more, perfectly curated for you on the Channel One News app. So please do well to download it. Simple process. Go to the App Store, search for Channel One News, click on the install button, and with that really simple process, you are good to go. So please do well to download the app and let's get informed right here on Channel One TV and also everything that happens on City FM. Relevant radio always. It's now time to delve into the big headline stories. I'll start off with a Daily Graphic newspaper, Truth, Accuracy, Every Day, they say. Now, the big front page stories on the MPP regional elections, and the question is, can New Guard deliver 2028 victory? It comes with a photograph of Dr. Bernard Okoboy, who is the Greater Accra Regional Chairman, that of Kwame Bafo, who is also the Bono Regional Chairman. He retained his position, as well as Odeneho Kweku Apia, who is the newly elected Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP. Also on the front page, deploy new approach to flood management, UG Pro VC speaking. And on page 20, the president says constitutional reforms referendum to go alongside 2027 assembly elections. And these are the big front page stories on the Daily Graphic newspaper. We'll move on from the Daily Graphic newspaper and we'll go to the Daily Guide newspaper. Big front page story, over 50 constituency chairmen back Ejakon in the MPP chairmanship race. Now, also here on the front page, we have minority calls Gold Board to answer for 22 billion Ghana cedi gold sales loss. We'll be delving into this matter critically when the conversations begin, when my panel join me. So please do well to still stick and stay. Some other stories here. Treat mining communities as development partners, not land donors. And these are the stories on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. The Chronicle is reporting this morning that Gold Board imposes 1.7 billion debt on BOG. That's coming in from the minority. Also here on the front page, Kingsley Ajiman calls for dedicated fund to tackle Africa's flood risks. Also here, Bawumia leads all NDC hopefuls in 2028 race. That's the Africa Policy Lens poll, APL. And as always, the Chronicle, they have the word of the Lord for us. And this morning, they are reminding us of Proverbs 22, verse 26. And it says, do not be the one who shakes hands in pledge or puts up security for debt. And it's interesting because the big headline story is talking about a Gold Board imposed debt. And they are telling us that do not be the one who shakes hands in pledge or puts up security for debts. Proverbs 22, verse 26. The Ghanaian Times newspaper, Ghana's most authoritative newspaper, they say, big front page story, ban Aboboya from highways. That's stakeholders demand. Also here, minority demands answers. Afenyo Makin speaking at a briefing. And Gipa Guta agree measures to protect local traders. On page 13 of the Ghanaian Times, oil output rises after years of decline. And these are the big stories on the Ghanaian Times. If you go to the back page, they have here, Upper West gets 4 million expanded renal care unit. And also here, Ghana to implement UN new urban agenda. The Deputy Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Rita Na Odole Soa, speaking there. So these are the back page stories on the Ghanaian Times newspaper. The News Center, detail-driven news. Their editor, Elvis Darko, usually joins us here on Mondays. The big story they have here: own more, retain more. Sami Gyamfi outlines new vision for ownership, value addition, and transformation of mining communities. Also here on the front page, Bank of Ghana Gold Board must explain 22 billion loss. Story on page 6 and 7 of the News Center newspaper. The Herald newspaper, big front page story here: civil aviation hijacks meteorological agencies 50 million Ghana cedis. No route retooling since 1960. Danger to air safety. Moving on to some other stories. KT Amon denies Turkey trip for AXA equipment inspection, demands retraction. Woman arrested over sale of unapproved fruit ripening chemicals. Gepa Guta move against fronting for foreign retailers. Neglected Dansoman Junction turns road safety hazard. And moving on to the Custodian newspaper, Bawumia tops all NDC rivals in APL survey reviews ahead of 2028 election. Gold Board must explain 1.7 billion loss in 2025. Minority questions gold trading losses and discounted sales. Over 50 MPP chairpersons, others pick forms for Boache Ejako, and that's in the MPP national chairmanship race. The Publisher newspaper, it stinks. That's the big headline story. IMF report reveals 22 billion Gold Board loss. Minority demands probe. Poll puts Bawumia ahead of NDC rivals. Also here, man drowns while helping travelers across Ghana-Togo River. The Republic Press, Gold Board under pressure as minority demand answers over 1.7 billion loss. Also here, AXA probe, AG snaps OSP again over Hans investigation to Iyoko. GJA holds symposium today to mark 77th anniversary, story on page 3. Gas expansion cuts Ghana's fuel bill by $500 million annually. That's the Energy Minister, Janapo, speaking. Constitution guarantees speedy trials for all cases, not selected ones. PEMCA tells Deputy AG. Also here, Ghana Education Service denies cancellation of free SHS, warns against 1,500 cedis chop box payment. The Republic Press is reporting. Finally, with the newspapers, the Informer, the big front page story they have here: Gold Board exposed over Bower Rock, IB Impex unqualified as aggregator. Also here, Bawumia finds magic wand for MPP's 2028 victory. Corruption fight stuck in reverse gear. That's from Transparency International Ghana. It comes with a photograph of Mary Ada, who is the executive director of Transparency International. Minority squeezes Gold Board in $1.7 billion scandal. They call it. And also here, Fisheries Commission cries out, Galamsey now attacking fish farms. And these are the newspapers or the big front page stories as reported by the newspapers. Let me take you online. I'll start off with citynewsroom.com. And the lead with government pays 10.8 billion cedis DDEP coupon to bond holders in full. Also, Petroleum Commission saves Ghana $2 billion, uncovers 229 million oil cost infractions. Gold Board's $1.7 billion losses are transaction costs, not failure. Steve Mantel speaking there. Unemployed graduates with disabilities to picket at Jubilee House today. 3-month-old baby girl found abandoned in bush at Adan. EY Ghana CSA resolve licensing issues after 360,000 Ghana cedi fine. Stop chasing excavator operators. Go after Galamsey financiers. The GJA speaking there. Jimet also in the news. It says that the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority owes us over 50 million in statutory payments. NPP will rise again and win 2028 under my leadership. Boakye Jarko speaking there. He's in the race for the national chairmanship position of the opposition NPP. Ghanaians must own more of mining value chain. Sami Jenfi speaking there. Now, Mustafa Gbande, who is a presidential staffer, says former NPP appointees must account for state funds. The Labour Minister, Rashid Pelpo, is in the news. He says he's rejected calls to prioritize Agenda 111 over 24-hour markets. Let's move on to Channel 1 News. And they also have the story on the Ghana Journalists Association's decision to conduct a nationwide assessment of the Galamsey fight. Also here, 10.8 billion Ghana cedis paid to DDEP bondholders. The Finance Ministry outlined minority to drag gold board before Parliament over 22 billion loss. They also have the story on the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority owing GMET 59 million Ghana cedis in unpaid revenue. And moving on to some other stories, free SHS alone cannot deliver universal secondary education, and that's from EduWatch. 2024 polls, NPP national leadership managed Greater Accra campaign after difficult election forecast. And Ghana lacks system to track JHS completers who drop out, and that's from EduWatch as well. The Deputy Minister for Communications, Technology and Innovation, Mohammed Adam Sukparu, he was on my show yesterday, and he said that the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority's unpaid GMET funds threaten aviation weather services. So that's also a big story developing on the side, and we'll be bringing you details of that in our subsequent programming and bulletin here on Channel 1 TV. But let me just bring you excerpts of some of the big stories reported by the newspapers. And I'll start off with a story we'll be discussing later today into detail, and it's in relation to the minority's call for Gold Board to answer 22 billion Ghana cedis. So it's $1.7 billion. If you do the exchange rate, you get it in cedi terms to be 22 billion cedis. And this is in relation to gold sale losses, right? So brief excerpts of the story by Ernest Kofi Edu, who is reporting from Parliament, says the minority in Parliament has challenged the Ghana Gold Board to account for an alleged 22 billion loss incurred in 2025 through the domestic gold purchasing program operated in collaboration with the Bank of Ghana. Minority leader Alexander Apenyo-Markin said the alleged loss, equivalent to about $1.7 billion, was contained in the latest International Monetary Fund report on Ghana, and demanded urgent explanations from Gold Board in the circumstances that led to the financial losses. Addressing a press conference in Parliament yesterday, Mr. Apenyo-Markin said the minority's concerns were not personal or politically motivated, but were based on findings contained in the IMF report. The story goes on to say, he said the IMF had attributed the losses to a combination of service and assay fees by Gold Board, discounts on gold sold to off-takers, and most significantly, exchange rate losses arising from the difference between the rates used to purchase gold and the reference rate used by the Bank of Ghana for accounting purposes. According to him, the losses amounted to 1.7 billion, representing 1.7% of Ghana's gross domestic product GDP in 2025. So this is a big story, and we'll be following keenly. Like I said, we'll delve into it later today on the show. But let me also bring you another big story that broke out last night, and it's in relation to the domestic debt exchange program. And the Finance Ministry has disclosed that 10.8 billion cedis DDEP coupon to bondholders have been paid in full. So the government of Ghana has paid 10.82 billion to bondholders under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program DDEP, according to a statement issued by the Ministry of Finance. And CityNewsroom.com is reporting the payment totaling 10 billion brings to brings the total amount paid to DDEP bondholders since 2025 to 41.3 billion Ghana cedis. The ministry said this was the third DDEP coupon payment to be made entirely in cash, adding that the obligation was settled in full and on schedule. According to the statements, the payment will strengthen investor confidence, reduce Ghana's sovereign default risks, and reinforce the country's financial credibility. The story goes on to say the latest payment follows an assurance by Finance Minister Dr. Kisel Atto-Forson during the 2026 mid-year budget review in Parliament that government would honor the coupon payments due on August 18. Dr. Forson said the payments form part of government's commitment to honoring its obligations under the Domestic Debt Restructuring Program. He previously disclosed that the program had successfully completed its first DDB coupon payment of 10.1 billion cedis on Friday, 17th February 2026, and in full and on schedule. So some good news coming in there, and hopefully, and again in our subsequent bulletins and programming, we'll be bringing you a lot more details, explanation, and analysis of what this means for investor confidence, macroeconomic stability, and the general performance of our economy. So these are the big stories, but let me just bring excerpts of the civil aviation story involving the Ghana Meteorological Agency, after which we'll take a break and come back to begin the conversation. So the Herald newspaper is reporting civil aviation hijacks Meteorological Agency's 50 million cedi no retooling since 1960, and it says it poses a danger to air safety. So the Ghana Meteorological Agency has revealed that the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority owes it more than 50 million Ghana cedis in outstanding statutory payments, a situation GMET said is undermining its ability to sustain operations and meet some of its financial obligations. The development has raised concerns about the financial and operational challenges facing GMET, a critical state institution responsible for providing weather information and forecasting services, including aviation meteorology. Under the amended Ghana Meteorological Agency Act 2019, Act 1002, the GCAA is required to remit 10% of en route overflight and landing fees to GMET, while the Ghana Airports Company Limited is required to remit 5% of airport passenger taxes to the agency. However, GMET said the statutory payments due from the GCAA have not been fully remitted despite several engagements, including ministerial interventions aimed at resolving the matter. Other independent sources have told the Herald that the situation has left GMET, a critical state institution operating with equipment installed in the 1960s, in a very dangerous development for aviation safety within Ghana's airspace. So these are the big stories, excerpts of them. If you want the full brief, this particular story is also on citynewsroom.com. You can log on, read for yourself to get the full understanding of what the situation are. But for today's conversation, we'll be dealing with issues on the gold board losses, $1.7 billion US, according to the IMF. What does it mean for macroeconomic stability? What does it mean for inflationary, pressure targeting? All of that and more on the show today. We'll be getting the thoughts from my guest on this particular matter. Also up for discussion is the issue on the NPP national chairmanship race. We'll be looking at some of the candidates that have gone for the forms to fill. What I'm basically referring to is those who have declared their intention to run. All that and more right here on Breakfast Daily. You don't want to miss out on it. Don't go away.
Looking for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality. Connect with industry leaders and innovators. Experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
There is a place where the atmosphere shifts, where praise becomes a sanctuary.
Hello family, my name is Perez Music, and I'd like to invite you to Glorify 2026, happening right here at the Victory Bible Church International Dominion Sanctuary inside Awoshi, and it's happening on the 30th of August. Joining me this year is my big brother and a mogul, Minister Joe Mental. We also have a special monologue by Jeffrey Norte, and my brother King's Kid is also going to be here.
Yes, come let's celebrate God for His goodness and mercies at Glorified 2026 on August 30th, 2026. Doors open at 4 p.m. prompt, and the venue is Victory Bible Church Dominion Sanctuary, Awoshi Bayard. Media sponsors Channel One TV, City FM. Come ready to encounter.
The Community Tracker is a parliamentary accountability project, a collaborative initiative between Channel One TV and the African Center for Parliamentary Affairs. Serving as an evidence-based project, Community Tracker documents and assesses development projects across constituencies in Ghana. The initiative includes the development of an attractive database map that identifies and tracks infrastructure projects, making information publicly available and promoting greater accountability. The program empowers communities to identify their priority development needs, monitor project implementations, and hold duty bearers accountable for the delivery of public services. It provides visibility for members of parliament who are delivering tangible development outcomes in their constituencies. Through the tracking and documentation of constituency-level projects, the program seeks to strengthen accountability in public infrastructure delivery while giving communities a meaningful voice in evaluating the impact of development interventions. The Community Tracker airs on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. with repeat broadcasts on Tuesdays 11 a.m. and Saturdays 5:30 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
You're welcome. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. My name is Jude Duncan. It's now time for the big conversation. 1.7 billion losses, according to the minority. They are looking for the Gold Board and the BOG to come into Parliament to answer some serious questions. But even before we delve into the big conversation for today. I'll introduce my guests who've joined me in studio, and I'll start off with the one in government. And I usually call him the Fresh Prince of Nabdam. Lawyer Lamtik Apanga. Yes. He's the Deputy CEO of the Gaming Commission. Sir, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Very well.
Yeah. This production is particularly grateful for your life. We saw your post, but I hope you are fine and good.
By God's grace, I'm fit.
Thank
the doctor says I'm fit, so I'm all right.
Thank God. Also joining us is Eric Chum. He's a member of the New Patriotic Party's communication team and in good standing, a member of the NPP in good standing. Mr. Chum, you're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Are you not in good standing?
I am in good standing. I'm sure sitting here this morning alone precludes any encumbrances, right?
I mean, did you follow your regional elections?
I did. I have with keen interest.
Were you satisfied with the outcome?
Yes, I mean, largely. I mean, I think that by and large, everything went on successfully. The delegates made their choices, and it's a reflection of how they're thinking.
So there was no Champon camp, there was no Kennedy camp, there was no
not at all. I mean, you see, the thing is that, these things are very localized, especially when it comes to regional elections, for example.
I'll give you time to talk about it.
Yes, I mean, they're localized. So yes, people would have their support.
Yeah, welcome. Amazing. Of course, we also have Michael Koshi-Dede, who is our resident engineer and also analyst. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
I hope you are doing well.
I am.
Amazing. So the backstory is that in 2021, at a time where the economy hits the rocks, government under the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo administration and the economic management team chaired by the former vice president had to think outside the box to deal with issues around macroeconomic instability, inflationary pressures. They also had to deal with the rising cost of fuel. So they come on board with what they call the Domestic Gold Purchase Program, and that was to also help boost our reserves. And also within that program, we had the gold for reserves, we had the gold for oil, and it was largely aimed at macroeconomic stability. It was aimed at also ensuring that we improve our foreign exchange stability. So that was what started in 2021 under the Erstwhile administration. Now, with the coming on board of the Mahama administration, they promised during their campaign to institute what we call the Gold Board. Now, this had some focus on ensuring that they were dealing with slippages and leakages within the sector, and I'm referring to the gold value chain sector. They also sought to deal with issues around smuggling and, of course, boost our reserves, just like the Domestic Gold Purchase Program was expected to do, improve our forex and exchange rate ratings, and a lot more. And in the coming on board of the Gold Board, it's brought some positives, but it hasn't been without challenges as well. And we are seeing some losses as reported by the IMF, right? And this has generated significant public concerns and interest. And we'll be looking at this matter into detail. So we'll project some of the things the IMF said in the course of the conversation. But let me start off with you, Eric. In 2024, we saw that the NPP also recorded a loss of $400 million after the Gold for Oil initiative, which was largely written off. And of course, that is passed because after the election, we voted a new government and all of that. But I've heard the NDC come into office and the minority won't let government rest, right? Even though we've seen some of the transformative initiatives from Gold Board. Gold production has gone up, and is significantly helping in the economy. For those who are uninitiated, what really is the NPP and the minorities' concern with the current architecture and setup of Gold Board?
Well, thank you. Thanks, my friend here, Lamtik. It's a pleasure to see you again. I think that the last time we met was when I was like an engineer. We have been engaging, I think it's once a week in the last few weeks. So yeah, nice to see you again. You're in the hot seat today.
I know.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you,
because
sir.
I mean, I'm sure that today you might be MPP, tomorrow you'll be NDC, and then they will throw you around. But then I wish you all the best. You have to remain steadfast. As for us, we are in that game, but I think that you just have to be a bit more objective and then neutral, and then you'll be fine. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right. You see, I've had time to look at this whole gold board conversation, and I believe that it is in the interest of this country and in everybody's interest for us to get to the bottom of these conversations, right? You have a situation where, like you indicated, the Gold for Reserves program started under the previous Akufo-Addo administration. And yes, truly, there was some same time when this whole conversation came up around that time. The NDC at the time, who were in opposition, defined it as losses, right? And there's commentary to that effect. Then, just a year and a half down the line, maybe 2 years down the line, you're now having conversations around the same entity, the same operations, and now a figure that has ballooned from 400 million to 1.7 billion. And then all of a sudden, they're gagging everybody. They don't want us to talk about it. They're coming up with all sorts of reasons why, even though it's supposed to be a loss, there's a certain net effect. And the question is that, how is it the case that you have Gold Board being a regulator and also being a player in the market at the same time? Now, essentially being a monopoly, right? Buying, regulating, assaying, exporting, right? And isn't even having surpluses on its books. And then the losses are sitting on the books of the central bank. And so the conversation is a very simple one. So what's the trade-off? What would have happened? I mean, what are we going to have benefited, for example, with the $1.7 billion in, even if you call it structural losses, right? The number of schools that it can build, the number of hospitals that it can build, social intervention, programs to engender social mobility, and all of that. So this is the conversation. And so I get a bit surprised that the NDC, and especially the persons in the Gold Board, see it as a personal affront. When these same persons held Akufo-Addo's governments to feet the fire on issues that probably are not as even immense as these ones that we are discussing. You understand what I'm saying? And then there's even a broader conversation. I looked at the IMS report and even the Gold Board's own reports on the contribution of large-scale mining companies, that's the bullion ones, and artisanal mining. Yeah. And it's like night and day. And in the same breath, I mean, a little bit of digression, in a bigger conversation, we are still grappling with the devastating effects of Galamsey, right? And so when people are even talking about 1.7 billion as, let's say, the losses, the bigger picture, I've heard so many commentary from, I mean, I think Professor Bob Payne and other environmental watchers and all of that, the cost of these
it's probably
things
more because
is more than
they removed the withholding tax.
Exactly.
Which was,
so
on, I think, artisanal small-scale mining.
Exactly. And so the conversation should not be an emotional one. The thing is that our friends here, every time you criticize constructively, even that they find that as a personal affront. And then instead of engaging constructively and, I mean, being minded by the offices that they hold, now starts casting aspersions and throwing insults and trying to belittle people and calling people names.
But is it not true that he who comes with equity must come with clean hands, right?
I have no challenge with that.
You agree?
I have absolutely no challenge with that.
So if you run a $400 million loss...
Yes. So the questions that were asked in the Akufo-Addo administration still maintains today. And you see, our conversations always, and I've maintained that severally, that it has to be anchored in some kind of principle. right? So you cannot, in one breath, in opposition, be an advocate, a proponent, and claim to be a bastion for accountability, probity, and all of that. And people are asking questions. And so if you have alternative facts, or you have some information that would probably corroborate your side of the story, by all means, come and tell us. You know what I'm saying? But don't. I've heard commentary about people always because Sammy JP is the CEO, and I find that so banal and so, if you like, I don't understand. I mean, I'm being charitable this way. I mean, it's so banal. You cannot personalize these things. You understand? Because people, CEOs, ministers, presidents have been criticized in this country. Have been questioned, have been queried. Their activities have been put under public scrutiny. So all of a sudden today, Sabi JMP is bigger and better than everybody in public service, and then because he's superintending over an institution, questions should not be asked. But you have to be fair to him. I mean, give him the opportunity, like natural justice, to also tell his side of the story.
Fair enough.
But it doesn't stop us as a minority, or I mean, by extension, Parliament, like the minority is asking, to haul him to Parliament, because I've seen him throw the gauntlet to Parliament to invite him to come and answer these questions, and we'll interrogate that. And then beyond that, the conversation is that the president, right, should put together some kind of independent entity to now actually delve into these conversations. Because for me, as like I said, this whole conversation about even the 1.7 billion is probably us scratching
the surface
of this whole conversation. You have a monopoly, a total monopoly. A regulator, a player
so
in
a
the... You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
but they are trying to add another aggregator, which, I mean, will still make gold, but a monopoly managing our gold purchase and selling architecture and structure.
So, but that is what I'm saying, the cost, right? For example, yesterday, I think somewhere in the Tano area where people have actually...
Tano
Nimri. Well, exactly, I've forgotten the exact place where the residents have actually had cause to go and arrest a chief in the area, and they're talking about the degradation of the environment and how the water bodies have been affected. You see, in this country, sometimes when we have these conversations, we scratch the surfaces, right? People like to, I mean, it's early morning TV out of
so what is a different way. What is people good like for the Ghana is good for the...
But that is why I'm saying it shouldn't be about even the MPP. Right? Are these questions being asked legitimate?
Just as we asked in 2021.
Just as we asked in 2020.
Fair enough.
And then, is it the case that, I mean, Parliament as an institution, as an arm of government, is clothed with the powers to interrogate some of these things? Is it the case that the president can even decide to go beyond what Parliament will do and say that, yes, these questions have been asked? Because in all of these conversations, we are being asked, right? We are being asked to recapitalize our central bank. Do you understand? So now, if you're being asked to recapitalize the central bank, the question of the trade-off comes into play. Do you understand my point? So honestly, I struggle to understand the posturing of the NDC when it comes to this particular matter. If there are issues out there that you feel that are being misreported or misrepresented, by all means, put out the facts. But then avail yourself to public scrutiny and not make it look like somebody has a personal vendetta or anything agenda against anybody.
Let me bring in Engineer before I come to you, Lamtic. And Engineer, help us appreciate the issues, right? Because again, even the mining chamber, right, Chamber of Mines, they recently issued a report and explained that per the data available, Ghana is even now producing more gold than the US. Of course, we acknowledge that there are some challenges in Nevada, which is a major mining area in the US, which has resulted for that. But we don't see that translate into the kind of development we want to see. So yes, we are producing more gold. In fact, in the Erstwhile administration, the export and import data by UAE, was significantly different from what we reported, right? Which showed that there were issues around smuggling and all of that. But the bigger point is we are producing the gold, but it is not translating in the development we see. I want you to tackle that for us before we come to issues on the losses and the politics attached to it.
So that exactly is the point. In all of this discussion, the benefits to Ghana are missing. It's about both the NDC and the MPP trying to score points. So the benefits that should accrue to the ordinary Ghanaian is missing in all of this discussion. I would say that in the recent production that the Chamber of Mines put out, we can say that maybe within a year, it is too short to say the benefit, we must see meaningful benefit. But the fact remains that we have been mining gold for over 100 years in Ghana. The true question is what has happened to all the revenue that has been generated from gold all these years? What has happened to it? Have we improved the livelihood of the ordinary Ghanaian? Yes or no? And the indices clearly show that our livelihood has declined in terms of certain parameters. The quality of life of people has largely declined. So these are things, and that is again reflected in what happened again when we saw KFC promote 15 cedis and you saw everybody running there.
But was that indication of economic anything?
No. You see, if people for 15 cedis are able to spend hours in a queue, it tells you something. Something is not right. So these are clear indicators that, look, we are not really delivering on the promises that we make to the people. So I would want us to all look at it closely and say, in all of this, there should be issues of transparency. Gold Board and Bank of Ghana are both state institutions. They are not private institutions. And the way we are making the argument is the loss for BOG or the losses for Gold Board. For me, that shouldn't be the case. Has the state lost money in all of this transaction? Nobody's making that argument. Has the state lost money? And clearly the IMF report says we have lost $1.7 billion US dollars.
From assay, service cost, exchange rate differences.
So to get our viewers to simplify the matter further, let's say that I am BOG and you are Gold Board, but we are all children of the same parent. And I give you money. I say, look, buy me 10 tons of gold. Then you come back and tell me that, look, you gave me this amount of money, 1,000 cedis, to buy 10 tons of gold. But in the whole process, there were issues of losses in the spot price of gold. There were certain things that had to do with the foreign exchange rate.
Assay, checking the quality of gold.
And therefore, I can only give you 8 tons of gold. The question is, these things have documentations. What did the Bank of Ghana want to buy from Gold Board? How much gold did it expect from Gold Board? Those are things that should be documented, because we shouldn't make it sound as though we are dealing with buying tomatoes in the market. The Bank of Ghana wanted a certain quantity of gold from Gold Board. Gold Board said, I'll deliver, or didn't say I'll be able to deliver. At the end of the day, you come back to me and say, I only got you 8 tons, although you're expecting 10 tons. And therefore, the loss is yours. It's not mine. How does that happen? So, Bank of Ghana takes that loss. Gold Board says, I have made profit from the transaction. And therefore, so is this some level of inefficiency in the way Gold Board does the business? That is then transferring losses to the Bank of Ghana. Or what is it? If the Bank of Ghana had options to freely buy gold from anyone else, would it buy from Gold Board? Under the circumstances, did the Bank of Ghana willingly or knowingly go into a transaction knowing that it was going to lose $1.7 billion? These are the issues of transparency that should be brought before us and not shrouded in MPP, NDC fights. Clearly, there should be documentation. These are state organizations. They are not like you and I just going to the market and buying tomatoes. What was the agreement between Gold Board and Bank of Ghana? Did it result in the expectations that the Bank of Ghana expected or not? Why then are the losses being transferred to the Bank of Ghana? These are issues that should be transparently dealt with, not as a matter of banter. It should be documented. We should see the documents. So for me, in all of this, transparency is being lost, and the issue of the public interest is not being discussed. If truly $1.7 billion has been lost, what is the benefit? Like I said the other time, could we describe it as investment for certain things? Nobody has been able to show in quantitative terms what the benefit has been to the people of Ghana. Has somebody else benefited from all of this, while the larger people of Ghana have lost? Nobody is explaining that to us.
But they say that's the revenue accumulated, right? Yeah. Which is in excess of what, 10 billion USD, is what government is using to fund some of its flagship programs. So for example, the Big Push, they are constructing roads, they are building schools. There's also other social intervention programs. So you may not necessarily see it physically, but it is being used in strategic sectors of the economy.
You see, when you say
Mahama Cares, for example, all of those.
You see, let's be careful. What are the numbers? The loss has been expressed in a certain number, $1.7 billion. When you tell me that you are doing Big Push, what is the numerical value that you can assign that you are benefiting from? If I travel from here to Kumasi, what's happening to me? I spend 8 hours in traffic. Is that Big Push delivering? When I travel from here to Takoradi, I'm spending 6+ hours in traffic. Is that Big Push delivery? So you can't quantify that in terms of the impact on my health and others. So until you're able to quantify that, you are simply expressing intents that you want to put the money to and not giving me real values. So for me, these are the arguments, these are the discussions that we should be looking at.
Amazing. Lanti, the ball is in your corner. Yeah. So according to the IMF, the losses recorded in 2025 were as a result of service and assay cost, and assay just being the checking of the quality of the mineral. There were also issues around exchange rate differences. So, for example, what was quoted from the Bank of Ghana was different from what was quoted from some other sources. There were issues around, I just have the document here. So it says, service and assay fees, discount on gold sold to off-takers, and also exchange rate losses like I've mentioned. So clearly, there's no running away from the losses. I've heard the chief executive of Gold Board saying that we should ask the BOG about the losses. Sure. But the point is that, I mean, the BOG true is responsible for monetary policy, but they all come together to work.
Fiscal and monetary policy.
Fiscal and monetary. I mean, let's say the Ministry of Finance will deal with more fiscal, but fair enough. Have the two not working together in the interest of overall macroeconomic stability? So if there's some loss, I think that we should be asking both the BOG and the Gold Board. So why is there this sort of running away? Don't ask me, ask this. And I'm sure you get where I'm coming from.
I appreciate what you're saying. Good morning to you, and good morning to your listeners. And good morning to my colleagues here. I think it's the first time here on a Wednesday with my co-panelists. So it's refreshing. But let me point out a few things and then go to the substance of the matter. My friend from the NPP, Eric, made reference to personalization of the issues and also make reference to certain comments, which suggests that people are attempting to point fingers at Sammy Gyamfi as an individual, and NDC becomes reactionary. Let me let him appreciate that if in all issues we focus on the issues and not the persons behind the figures and not the persons behind the institutions, nobody would find it as a personalized matter. If you observe carefully, when Afenyo Markins held his press conference a few days ago, I think yesterday or Monday. Yesterday. He was the one who personalized it. He was the one who pointed out to Sammy Gyamfi, and he spoke in Twi that the bail conditions of Sammy Gyamfi. And so if you make some of these references and then we are compelled to respond to it in that manner, it is not the case that we are personalizing the matters, but it's because you have refused to look at them as institutional issues and the substance that must be dealt with. Even to go to the extent, he's a lawyer, and for that matter, to go to the extent that a loss on the books of a particular institution can suggest criminal actions or criminal offense. And for that matter, you're even discussing bail conditions. It's very disingenuous, to say the least. Very, very disingenuous. And it's born out of complete mischief. You can tell that, I mean, the whole mischief out there is to put certain narratives against Gold Board. And I can understand why the NPP is a bit jittery, because the last 8 years when they had opportunity to run this administration, run the government, they were unable to come out with very genuine packages that would help to reform the economy and make things better. Under the NDC, we promised that we'll introduce a gold board and ensure that there will be some sanity in gold trade in Ghana. And over time, that has come to help us to stabilize the economy. Mind you, the losses we are talking about are fair and good losses. Now, the relationship between Gold Board and Bank of Ghana is born out of an agreement between the previous precious marketing company, PMMC, and the Bank of Ghana. When the government of Ghana, under the NPP, introduced the domestic gold purchase program and signed an agreement with PMMC that PMMC would buy gold on behalf of Bank of Ghana and deliver the same gold to the Bank of Ghana. Now, the agreement had two conditions. One was that PMMC would charge a service fee of 0.05% and then an assay fee of 0.028%. That is basically what it is. Now, Gold Board took over the assets and liabilities of PMMC. We suggest that every other contractual obligations of PMMC, Gold Board will inherit same and continue to discharge its obligation. Gold Board does not sell gold on behalf of government of Ghana. All it does is to receive money from the Bank of Ghana, go out there and purchase gold for the Bank of Ghana and deliver the gold to the Bank of Ghana. The impression being created out there that when Gold Board receives money to purchase gold, it's unable to purchase the gold in the quantity that is required to purchase is misleading. And to create even an impression that there's some part of the reporting system that is shrouded in secrecy and to call out for transparency is wrong.
But that is the IMF saying. I can point it out to you.
I'll get to that point. Gold Board publishes its annual report on its own website. I shared a copy with you this morning. I shared a copy with my brother Eric this morning. It's not as though the MPP went out to fish out for the report and then came out to put it out there. No, it is Gold Board that voluntarily published this report as part of its compliance requirements. Mind you, what we are talking about here are losses that has born out of the domestic gold purchase program. And these losses are losses as a result of exchange rate losses born out of service charges to the Gold Board, losses as a result of assay fees that have to be paid. And these are genuine operational costs. You can't achieve some of these objectives without bearing in mind the cost that will come along with it. There's no way you can undertake some of these things without the losses that will come on. It is part of the cost of the program. But we should look at it also in the long run, that what has been the benefit to Ghana in general. I mean, one, we've been able to stabilize the economy as a result of this program. In the last almost 1.5 years, we have had a very stable currency, largely because of this program that we've been able to implement.
Yeah.
Can you equate that to the previous economic instability that we suffered in this country? Can we equate that to that? It's not possible. You would observe that what we are trying to put on the Gold Board is not the Gold Board's own losses. Jude, how do you assess the financial performance of an entity? It's not from the audited financial report of the entity. I have shared a copy of the financial audited report of the Gold Board.
We'll put it up shortly.
There's no indication anywhere that Gold Board has suffered any loss in its financial reports. And these are reports from auditors. These are not ordinary reports that somebody has created. But there is a deliberate effort by the NPP to draw back the efforts of Gold Board and make it appear as though Gold Board is failing and Ghanaians should not believe in the whole program. Indeed, if there's a game changer in Ghana and Ghana's economy today, we should attribute that to Gold Board and the leadership of Gold Board. And instead of trying hard to bring it down, we should find ways to improve on what we have done in the past. Gold Board receives money from Bank of Ghana.
You raised the point about the prudent reporting and timely.
Yes.
That's what the IMF report says, right, on page 3. It says the mining fiscal regime is considerably less transparent than the governing oil and gas sector. Mining revenue reporting is incomplete and not timely. Information disclosure is fragmented across institutions and is not fully integrated into fiscal reporting or budget processes, right? And it goes on to say, in addition, Ghana has adequate processes for openly and competitively awarding mining rights, and they are rarely used. So clearly,
these are reporting. These are reporting in the mining sector, and not reporting attributable to Gold Board. Mind you, the mining sector includes the Minerals Commission, include other sectors of the mining industry, and so you can't just take out a section of the report and attribute it to Gold Board as Gold Board failing to comply with reporting standards. And for that matter, call for more transparency.
They have a monopsy now, where they are mainly the only source for buying gold. So they have a bigger responsibility in ensuring that some of these disclosures are made. And I'm sure you agree to that.
I don't think that there's any failure anywhere that Gold Board has failed to disclose anything. There's nowhere indicated that in that report, IMF report, if you can point that out. Because what you have read out there...
It didn't say failure to this. It said it's fragmented. So it means that it is not...
So fragmented means that there are reports, but the reports are in various sections, are coming from various units.
Or possibly not even accurate.
No, but that's not the question. Don't import other words into the reports. Because the report did not say inaccurate reporting. It says fragmented, which means that there are various reports that are coming, but they may not be comprehensive. But you should also appreciate that reporting responsibilities vary from institution to institution.
Okay.
Whilst Minerals Commission may have certain benchmarks to meet, Gold Board may have a different benchmark to meet. And I don't expect that you would expect Minerals Commission and Gold Board to sit together and submit a common report. Each one must submit its own report. So we should move away from some of these things and stop creating the impression as though there is some lack of reporting system or there's some lack of transparency. There's, as a matter of fact, more transparency now than before. Ask yourself, when the NPP had opportunity to run this domestic gold purchase program, what was the reporting system? Did you ever see any reports? Was it not at the end of it in 2024 that we were complaining about the $400 million loss? But today, Gold Board is giving us regular reports that facilitate our conversation. What we are failing perhaps to appreciate is that...
No, Eric, I'll let you come. I want him to
land.
Mean,
but it's now going to...
No, but you
had the opportunity and you were making reference to...
No, but it's a conversation.
So I appreciate that. You see, that's why I kept quiet all allowed to allow you to go on.
Sometimes you can, of course, I mean, I'm not doing it to ruin the program, but sometimes you can do a little bit of clarification to make it doesn't become a monologue. To make the viewers also appreciate the conversation.
You let him.
You had opportunity to make your point and you did so. So please, clearly, and I actually kept quiet to allow you because I wanted to listen carefully so that I can make my point in response to some of the things you are raising.
When they ran us to that 400 million loss, they didn't have any reporting structure. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that they didn't provide us adequate reporting systems that would help us to know what is going on. Today, Gold Board voluntarily publishes its own financial reports. So there's no issue of transparency here. We should appreciate that.
But do you agree with people who say, for example, that at least we should hear from the Bank of Ghana and the Gold Board as to their role, right? Because largely the BOG has been silent.
I have no problems whenever we call for accountability, when we call for people to come and report. And that is why I find it a bit disingenuous that instead of calling out and using laid down procedure within Parliament to call Bank of Ghana to come and answer questions in Parliament, we decided to hold a press conference and put out certain narratives.
They tried it.
Let me also add this.
The majority side push the away.
Let me quickly add this. You are aware that today at 11 a.m., Gold Board would hold a press...
government.
Yes.
The government accountability series.
Absolutely. And the CEO of Gold Board will address the nation on some of these issues. You have the opportunity. So where lies the absence of transparency? Where lies the issue of we having to shell things and not put things out there to let the public appreciate it? I mean, see, I can understand that the NPP may be frustrated. NPP may be struggling. Afenyo Markets himself may need to make himself relevant within the NPP, haven't known what has happened to him in the last few years. I mean, you know
what has happened to him?
But you know that he was leading the NPP in Parliament with over 130 MPs. By the time the elections ended,
it happened to the party.
It happened to him. He was the one leading the party. He actually even said that he would not sit on a particular seat because he thinks strongly that he doesn't deserve to be on that seat. Today, the team he led has shrunk so low to about 88 or 87, and he's complaining. I can understand. He needs to remain relevant. He needs to perhaps inspire his people. But let's appreciate that things must be done and done well.
What do you have to say in response to some analysts within the space who even say that the cost may be much higher than the anticipated 22 billion cedis, because then when the DGPP, the Domestic Gold Purchase Program, came on board to address issue of smuggling, the 1.5 withholding tax on artisanal small-scale mining was removed. And if that is even added on to it, it will significantly still affect the overall losses.
Jude, that is very speculative. How would you say that if I remove a tax, all right, then it is a loss on the books of government? Take, for instance, the e-levy. So are you saying that the abolition of the e-levy has become a loss to the government of Ghana? You may have lost some revenue that would have generated from that. But the effect of it is that you have been able to bring on board a lot more of the artisanal miners. A lot more of them who were smuggling gold out of Ghana now are willing to sell their gold to the gold board. And that has increased the gold production we have and the ability of us to raise more of our reserves. And so it is speculative to just conclude that the loss may be more. When you say the loss may be more, and without throwing out particular numbers, without specifics of whatever loss it may, you are always adding up to the speculation, and you are not providing any substance in the argument.
There's some work on how much you stood to gain if the 1.5% tax had remained. But fair enough.
No, and I appreciate that. See, let me tell you something. There's opportunity cost in everything that you do. There's no way you can achieve a particular objective without making certain sacrifices. The government weigh the option that, see, if we waive off this tax component, we'll be able to bring in, rake in more.
Which will generally make the economy better.
And so in everything that you do, in every policy that you implement, there are some sacrifices you need to make. But you look at the bigger goal. Would that help to achieve the bigger goal? And that's what we have achieved so far.
Without the artisanal small-scale mine, when the BOG used to just take their gold from the large-scale miners, the revenue accumulated from production was around $800 million. It went as high as $1.2 billion. Now, with the coming on board of the small-scale miners through the Gold Board initiative, which of course was to plug the leakages within the system, we've seen that number has risen quite sharply. As a result, there are issues or concerns about the role of undeclared sources, right? And that is where the Galamsey question comes in. For those who feel like, well, in a way, this has also propelled the rise of illegal mining, and you're not even really sure where some of the gold is coming from, as contained in the IMF report. What is government's response to that?
I do appreciate that there is sincerely a challenge as to how to determine the exact source of the gold coming from artisanal miners, because you are unable to tell specifically that this gold is coming from an illegal operation or this gold is coming from a legal operation. That remains a big challenge for us. But whilst we are trying to rake in the benefits of the domestic gold exchange program, we also would face with the challenge of illegal mining. But you would observe also that government has not relented on its efforts in fighting illegal mining or the miners of Galamsey.
Are you sure?
Of course, never. Just that I don't, never. We've never given up on the fight. Has there been any statement anywhere that we have given up on the fight? Or is there any indication?
But you don't have to say it.
Is there any indication?
And I don't even expect government to say, I've given up on the fight.
Absolutely. But is there any indication? Is there any indication?
The president told us he was going to use AI to fight Galamsey. Have we heard from it? No. The Blue Water Guards, what is the state of it as we speak? The turbidity levels of our water, I think it actually tells a better story. So I don't think we expect government to come out and say they've neglected the fight or given up. But like Bawumia said the other time, the state of the water body will expose it. So I'm not saying government has given up, but maybe the level of commitment. The minister, your sector minister for communication, told us that government, if it's minded to deal with Galamsey, can do that in 7 days. It's been a year and 8 months. So clearly, I'm not sure about
Shibari answered this question to you yesterday. Are you saying that you're not impressed with that? So you
I wasn't sure.
No, but I'll tell you this. We've not given up on the fight against Galamsey. The fight against Galamsey is very complex. I appreciate that. It is more difficult than perhaps we anticipated, but we have never given up. Now Moses is on the grounds working. Your reporters are following up on some of the things that are going on.
Enough.
My friend even made an reference to a situation in Tano where a whole chief was arrested by his own community and giving out to the people that, listen, this man is involved in Galamsey. It has become more complex than we thought, and I appreciate how challenging it is, but we haven't given up and we'll continue to fight against Galamsey.
So it is inaccurate.
I know that in an attempt to improve on the domestic gold purchase program, we will definitely have some challenges having to fight Galamsey, because you can't also be killing some of these things and expect that you would continue to have gold coming into the system. But we haven't given up.
You are watching the Breakfast Daily News Review segment right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. My very capable panel, including Lamtic Apanga, Deputy CEO of the Gaming Commission, Eric Chum, a member of the New Patriotic Party communication team, and of course, Koshi Dede, who is an engineer and an analyst helping us understand, bringing clarity to the issue. Some of your messages have been coming in thick and fast. We are discussing the 1.7 billion. Now, we don't even know whether it's BOG or gold board losses.
No, but let's be fair. I have just shared with you the financial statement of Gold Board.
So according to Lamtic,
according to me, I have shared the document with you and said according to me.
So 1.7 billion losses, and that's fair.
BOG losses.
BOG losses.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yes.
And your messages are coming here. Council, subjecting me to cross examination.
No, you're attributing words that are not my words.
I retract. Council, I retract.
It is fair.
Papa BCU in Springtech says, good morning. Let's say you invest $1.7 billion in your business and you raked in $10 billion. Is that a loss? The MPP seems to be interested in only making noise just to remain relevant in the system. This is very simple maths that a basic school child will understand. And Papa BC Inspector says that, good morning, Jude. Before the monopoly of gold board, local gold leaders buy and sell gold at a profit and pay taxes. Today, same gold is sold at billions with losses without gold board paying taxes. And if you ask Alan Kwe, Papa from Jalav in Kwashiman. Tete from Sunyani says, this is deeply troubling about gold board. Ghana's gold reserves belong to the people of Ghana, not to any political party or government. Ghanaians must fight for transparency, accountability, and responsible management of our national resources. My regards to Howard Kumsin, the incoming National Money Organizer, and this Tete from Sunyan. This is a rather lengthy one. I'll try and break it down. It says, good morning, Jude. This is Abdul Ghani from Mankarigu from the Savannah region. Under this government, Gold Board appears to have become a center of controversy. Why does the institution continue to record losses instead of generating profits for the people of Ghana? If there's a change of government, will Sami describe any investigation or action against him as political witch hunting? This situation is very concerning. You say, this one says, I'm grateful for the clarity being brought on the discussion today by Lamtic Apanga. Sometimes, without going deep on the issue, you would be tempted to believe what some partisan headlines say. And I'm watching the show as a neutral. This is Ishmael in Bongo. Thank you for watching the show as a neutral, Ishmael. Good morning, I'm Eben from Kwabenya. The minority leader, Honorable Alexander Penyomakin, is happy because Ghana's economy is doing well. Is not happy because Ghana's economy is doing well, and it's not his party, MPP, achieving that results within the period. They destroyed the economy in 8 years, and within a year through Gold Board, the economy is doing well. No amount of Jandam on Gold Board CEO can stand the light of day. Greetings to Honorable Julius Debra, MC Agbo of Ghana East, and Nana Ampim. Still maintain Eastern Regional Women's Organizer. What's the benefit Ghanaians are deriving from the activities of Gold Board, or is it a case of another incompetence? The minority and parliament must ask questions. Ahmed Nima. Ko Eje says that I agree with Koshi Dede when he says that what's to show for on all the gold we've mined. Look at how other mining communities in different parts of the world are thriving. Can we say same for Tarkwa and Obuasi? Ghana needs salvation. You see, great submission by Lamteek on the show today, explaining the losses and why it shouldn't be attributed to Gold Board. And this is coming in from Prince Afokwe, watching the show in Bachona. And so these are the messages coming in. We also love to hear from you. It's live and interactive. What it means is that you get to send in your comments, your questions, your contributions. And if you have some experience as well on the subjects being discussed, please do all to share with us as well. We'll take a quick break. When I'm back, we'll just go around the table again on final thoughts on the 1.7 billion Bank of Ghana losses. Lamteek, I'm in order, right? Yes, please.
From the grandest stage, the badges change, but the passion remains. It's a special goal! Cometh the hour, cometh the man! This football is from the heavens. What a story this is!
10 months of drama lie ahead. The stage is set.
The biggest stars from the world's biggest leagues on SuperSport. It's on DSTV.
Hi guys, so come Saturday the 22nd of August 2026, this venue will be our converging point for the fun ride of ProRide 2026. Come out with your friends, come out with your family, come out with your colleagues. If you have a bicycle, you are encouraged to come with one, with your helmet most importantly. But if you don't, please do well to register and we will have bikes here ready for you to ride when you come. Remember, the date is Saturday 22nd of August 2026. At the heart of the Diaspora Hall, Lizalex to be specific, right where I'm standing as we converge for the most anticipated fun ride. Join us, let's paddle for health and ride for a greener future.
My line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kevini, and who be here? Some just a papa to a mammy mouth for Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man is swing, and a sansu mama hotel, so it will be good.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Yeah, welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. We are discussing the 1.7 billion losses as a result of gold trading. I think this is a safer one. And my guests are in studio helping us delve into the conversation. According to an IMF report, exchange rate differences, assay and service cost, as well as issues around discounts on gold sold to off-takers brought us to this situation. But in that same report, and Eric, I'm coming to you, the IMF says that these accounting losses partly reflects the valuation effects rather than economic costs, right? Even though it goes on to also say that despite that, it still weakened the Bank of Ghana's balance sheet and all of that. So the point is that the narrative and the spin in certain quarters from your party make it look as though the losses record are on issues of misappropriation and lack of disclosures and possibly smuggling. I don't want to assume, right? I mean, but clearly they are telling us that these are accounting losses, right? So why are we still going back and forth?
You see, I don't want to digress, so I'll stick to the this thing, and I'll come back with that point later. So what are the loss drivers? The loss drivers are service and assay fees paid to Gold Board, right? Coming from the IMF report, service and assay fees paid to Gold Board. That is the job that Gold Board does, or the service that it renders by actually sourcing the gold and making sure that it's on the right quality, whatever. Then there's discounts on gold sold to off-takers and exporters. And then exchange rate losses from the spread between the Forex Bureau rate paid to miners and the cedi reference rate used in BOG's books. You understand what I'm saying? So you have a situation where you have a cedi reference rate that is used in BOG's books, and then the Gold Board is paying, right, at the Forex Bureau rate, and also giving discounts.
No.
I'm just
read what you read again. Gold Board has not given any discounts.
Listen, discounts on gold sold to off-takers and exporters.
So sold. Gold Board does not sell gold.
No.
Let me point out that Gold Board does not sell gold.
Let me finish. Discounts, right? Sold to off-takers and exporters. What does that mean? I mean, that's a very simple, English. Everybody can appreciate that. And then the Forex spread. You get it. Now, that's what I'm saying, that he even mentioned the conversation around opportunity cost.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing wrong. I mean, I'm still struggling to understand where the challenge is. It's almost as if that the Gold Board, I mean, he shared their financials with me, and I've gone through it, right? So it's essentially a profit and loss account with revenue and what you have done and all of that. That actually shows some kind of balance, right? That suggests that they are doing well. Okay. And then you have shareholder, I made this point last week, shareholder Ghana, which is you and I, all of us sitting here, who own the entity Ghana, Enterprise Ghana, right? And so this whole attempt to say that, well, if it's sitting on Gold Board's book, it would have been a challenge. But if it goes to the central bank's books, there's nothing wrong with that. Yet we are being asked, and you see, when we have this conversation, we are being asked to recapitalize the central bank.
Which is then comes back to the taxpayer.
Which comes back to the taxpayer. And we are being asked to recapitalize the central bank to a tune of 5 billion. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that. I mean, I'm not convinced as to why the majority and the NDC feel that this conversation is an affront to a personality, when the facts are actually out there for us to discuss. So, for example, it's a step in the right direction. The CEO of Gold Board says that he's going to do a media engagement today to clarify the issues, right? It has to go beyond that. We have asked that. He has actually thrown the gauntlet to the minority that anytime he's called upon to come to Parliament, he will come and answer these questions, right? And it doesn't stop there. You go to the central bank for itself, probably should have to have a conversation with us to give us an idea of where we are sitting, right? Now, you want to convince the Ghanaian people that all of these things is because of economic stability. Those are the chickens who come home to roost. You understand? I was listening to your panels on the city this morning, talking about how much money, the minimum amount of money you need today to basically buy simple items, right? And you're talking about an inflation that is supposed to be low, yet the cost of living is actually ballooned. The cost of utilities have gone up. The cost of fuel has gone up, So, I mean, that conversation around economic stability would be, as far as I'm concerned, will be determined by the Ghanaian people, and I'm not here to even have that.
Let me come to Koshi before I come to. I realized when Eric was speaking, you were nodding. It's not usual of you to be nodding when an MPP representative is in the studio. But generally, you agree with the issue around how, at the end of the day, when you put away all of the economic jargons and terms, it is the ordinary taxpayer that suffers.
Yeah. You see, that's the exact point I was making, that how do you separate the BOG and Gold Board? Both of them are state institutions. So if there's a loss, there's a loss to Ghana.
One is more independent in its work.
Yes, so
one is an both are appointees of government, by the way. But
so that is why I then ask again: if the Bank of Ghana had the free choice to buy gold, would it go through Gold Board based on what we see today? Would it do that? So those are the things that we need to ask ourselves genuinely. Now again,
I'm coming. I just want to ask you. Yes. It probably wouldn't do that.
Yes.
But that was also why we're experiencing the level of smuggling and because again, same report in 2024, the UAE, they disclosed their import and export of gold.
Yes.
Ghana was cited in the report. The data they put out, they didn't match what we disclosed. So without Gold Board, you admit that the issues around smuggling was serious and it was lost to the state. Lost to the state.
But you see, again, we still don't know. We still don't know that whether we are able to close that gap.
The smuggling.
Exactly, we still don't know.
We know.
No. We still don't know. You see, again, in that same IMF report, if you read it, it says that in 2024, due to the DDP program, the value of the losses to Bank of Ghana was 0.5% of GDP. Now, based on Gold Board's practice now, it's now 1.5% of GDP. Now, you see, so these figures should not be looked at and blushed over. It means that the losses have increased to the state. In percentage-wise, we are not even looking at the quantum. In percentage-wise, it's increased to the state. Now, how do we defend that one? Look, we were in this country when the Bank of Ghana made losses. What did the NDC tell us?
They marched to the BOG.
Exactly. What did the NDC tell us?
They said that the security director was not the one to come and receive a petition.
So you see, the inconsistencies.
You remember, right?
Were
you part of that match?
I've stayed quiet.
Were you part of that match?
No, I observed from afar.
You observed from afar.
The inconsistencies on the part of our political actors does not fare well for us as the people. You see, so when we always reduce these arguments to NDC, MPP, it doesn't help the citizenry. And for me, that is where a genuine government must be seeking to address issues, rather than saying, oh, it is Bank of Ghana, so it doesn't matter. It matters. It matters because when you were in opposition, use that as a campaign issue. You did not say, oh, Bank of Ghana, so it doesn't matter. You said it mattered. So please, let's be consistent with some of this. Again, when we say that, oh, the issues of transparency addressed in this report do not relate to specifically to Gold Board because Gold Board is not mentioned, then I ask myself, in what context did the IMF speak to these issues of transparency? The IMF was not reporting about gold mining in Ghana.
But the IMF did not say there's no transparency. You see, I think that Jude read.
It says that the issues are not transparent.
No, he never said so. He never said so. He said it's fragmented. Please.
It was less transparent.
So let's assume that there's no transparency. Be mindful. You see, we can all play with the words, but let's be mindful.
But is it less transparent
than the oil and gas industry?
Wait. Jude,
let me read it again.
Jude, you read it. Read it out again.
Says the mining fiscal regime is considerably less transparent than the governing oil and gas sector, and also goes on to say mining revenue reporting is incomplete and not timely. Information disclosure is fragmented across institutions and not fully integrated into the fiscal reporting and budget processes. So less transparent.
Exactly. So my question here is that, you see, the context within which the IMF begins to talk about is not about reporting generally about mining in Ghana. It is within the context of the losses that the Bank of Ghana is making. That is the context. So we can narrow it down to the transaction with Gold Board. So let's not quickly run away and say, oh, but Gold Board is not mentioned. Yes, Gold Board is not mentioned, but within what context is the IMF speaking to this issue? If we are sincere about addressing Ghana's problems, I think our politicians should stop this.
But see,
throwing herrings.
The pushback is that it's become a political matter, and rightly so.
Because it's a political decision from the Gold Board to buy from a Bank of Ghana to buy through Gold Board.
So is it okay and fair to say, let's look at it or try to depoliticize the situation and say, let's look at the Gold Board's book, which they have published through their statements, their financial statements they disclosed recently. Look at their conduct, because they also had some heavy expenditure, right? And based on that to assess their performance, rather than looking at something that has been in another breath quite beneficial to the country, because again, we've improved our gold reserves, right? It's brought some stability to the economy, which was very shaky. Businesses were not really sure, they couldn't project and all of that. So is that not maybe a small price to pay for the general good? Now, exchange rate is kind of stabilized, right? 10.9, it used to be 17 in 2024.
I very much agree with that. I very much agree. The point I'm making is that it is a political decision to buy through Gold Board. So when the losses come, government must own it.
Whether Gold Board or BOG.
Exactly, government must own it. You can't run away from that. The issue, or other issue I want to say, it shouldn't become a partisan issue. That's the only thing I'm saying. It shouldn't become a partisan issue, but government must take responsibility. Rather than seeking to say that, oh, the MPP is not right, or that it's an MPP NDC issue. It is not. It is a state issue that we need to look at, and rather than run away from. So I don't have a problem when we say, but can you honestly say that the loss of $1.7 billion is worth the sacrifice? That is where I'm struggling to find meaning. Because when you then go and say, oh, but we are doing big push, then I say, look, I still travel from here to Kumasi. I travel. Where is the impact of the big push? When, again, contracts are being awarded under the big push, under single sourcing. Again, these are issues that the government itself said, we will not do. Single sourcing will be an issue of the past.
You are more active than MPP.
I don't get. I will not shy away if you grant me anything you want, but I will speak what my mind tells me. The issue about consistency and being fair to the people of Ghana, because you said, look, Gold Board, we are doing. We will not do single sourcing. We will not do these things.
So we have the figure 7 from the IMF report, which talks about the Bank of Ghana losses, right? I just want our viewers to get not this one.
This is Gold Board.
This is Gold Board. The IMF report.
But whilst you are looking for, can I just make some quick
please do that.
Thank you very much. So I appreciate the comment from my colleagues here this morning, but sometimes I find it difficult to also understand why they expect that when we initiate some policies, it will not be a government issue. My brother Koshi says that we should not politicize the matter. But MPP held a press conference and you expect NDC to respond to it. Whose initiative is the Gold Board? It's a government, it's an NDC government initiative. Definitely matters of governance will become matters of political parties. And so it is extremely difficult to say that we cannot have political discussions about some of these issues.
Look at this red line for us, right?
Yes.
2024.
Yes.
That's when you were protesting at the BOG.
Yes.
Now, fast forward, look at where the point is now in 2025, right? It's a sharp rise. So I'm looking at June 2025. That's the highest point, the peak of it, as against the loss you made here. Generally, do you get the sense in where Koshi is coming from? If I'm saying it or Eric is saying it, then
I appreciate any Ghanaian who complain about the rise in the cost of the program as compared to what happened in the previous years. But that rise is also justifiable. It's justifiable because that rise is the cost we pay for the economy you and I are enjoying. In the last year, last 2 years when we had a similar loss, the economy was in a terrible shape that it is today.
We didn't have a similar loss. When we had a loss, of 400.
Fair enough.
To
When we have a
1.7
loss,
million.
no
You
problem.
understand? So,
No, I
and then
appreciate it.
you tell me
I
when you have
appreciate it.
a
No, I appreciate the
Which
interjection.
at the time was also very significant.
Of course, I have no challenge. You see, I have no challenge.
See, I concede. I don't mind. I concede that, yes, the last time we suffered the $400 million loss, the economy was in a terrible state than it is. If we have to pay a bigger price to stabilize the economy, we sometimes don't appreciate the effect of a stable economy. Today, we are all able to go to the market and buy items at a stable price because the economy is more stable. Inflation has come down so low. We have managed to increase our gold reserves, which gives us...
Four prices are still high.
Four prices keep
Utility
going up and coming. It has gone up in a few...
In the last month, it's been very high.
Yeah, in the last month before started, it's gone up. It's gone up.
You
And we
suffer
all do. Of course, buy fuel like you do. Any of us do. We all struggle to buy fuel like everybody does. So I appreciate the challenges that comes along with it. But the cost we have to bear to be able to get $10 billion, if we are spending $1.7 billion to be able to get $10 billion, I think that the net effect, the net value is outweighs
I get
the
where you're
cost.
coming from. Talk to us about why we should not try to lump the BOG and Gold Board together and say that it's a kind of operation, right?
Okay.
Because we have seen the Gold Board financial statement, which will be putting up petitions.
Yes.
Maybe you can speak to it.
Yes.
to
So
explain that to
I
us.
say every day, every now and then that, listen, we can agree.
So there we have it on us.
We can agree as panelists, we can agree as Ghanaians to have a general conversation about these subject issues without the nuances and the trying to point fingers at particular institutions and then create the impression as though we are performing so badly and some institutions don't even deserve to be there. I don't see how we would attribute losses in the energy sector that perhaps are on the books of ECG and say that, oh no, these losses should be attributed to Gridco, or these losses should go to VRA, when indeed we know that these particular losses are attributable to a particular institution.
Because we all enjoy the power.
Exactly. Now, these are the figures. It speaks up to us up there. Look at them carefully. This is a summary of the financial reports for Gold Board, and these are audited reports. Jude, look carefully, the total revenue. 5.5 billion is the total revenue. Then we have the total expenditure.
109 million.
Exactly. There's a surplus in there. You see it. Gold Board is required to be capitalized by government. Government put it in its budget in 2025 that to provide Gold Board with 4.5 million Ghana cedis. Unfortunately, that money was not released to Gold Board until towards the end of the year in December 2025. That is why we have an increase in the revenue so high. And you can see it recorded there in the second item as grants.
And it's interesting because when I look at the statement of financial performance compared to 2024, as far as their expenditure on salaries, it was kind of cheaper than what we saw or less than what we saw in 2024.
Exactly. So because now the system has been more improved, they've cut down a lot of losses, they've cut down a lot of leakages, they've improved on their expenditure, and so we will have less expenditure as compared to previously. But I'm telling you again that the revenue on Gold Board is 5.5 billion Ghana cedis as compared to what you have here as there, and they made a surplus. How does that attribute to 22 billion? Do you see finding 22 billion in the books of Gold Board?
But that's what Kosi said.
And this is no. You see, it's disingenuous for Kosi to even say that we should attribute the losses of Bank of Ghana to Gold Board, when indeed the loss sits in the books of Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana, and my brother here, Eric, said clearly that Bank of Ghana suffered these losses attributable to three major issues. One, assay fees, fees to Gold Board.
On discounts?
Not on discounts, no, on purchase of gold. And then discount to off-takers when Bank of Ghana decides to sell its gold. Mind you, Bank of Ghana may buy gold when the rate is lower and may decide to sell the gold perhaps when the rate is higher. And so there could be some losses from there. And that loss cannot be attributed to...
generally, the price of gold on the world market went quite high. So
it went quite high.
That worked in
Gold Board's favor. Yes, in favor of Gold Board, because Gold Board at the end of the day was the one buying the gold. But Gold Board does not sell gold to third parties. Gold Board buys gold on behalf of Bank of Ghana for Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana provides the funds, Gold Board buys the gold, provides the gold to Bank of Ghana, and takes service fee of 0.05% and then assay fees of 0.028%. That is all that Gold Board takes to take care of its operational expenditure. Any other expenses that the Bank of Ghana suffers are expenses that Bank of Ghana suffers as a result of exchange rate losses. And also, in addition to that, we have what you refer to here as the discounts to off-takers.
So you would have been okay if the minority in Parliament directed their questions to Dr. Johnson, Pandit Esiama, and not Sammy Gyamfi.
I don't really mind if they have. You see, wait a minute. Over the last few minutes we have had this conversation, I keep saying that there are questions, but what are the specific questions? Did you hear any particular specific questions attributable to Bank of Ghana or Gold Board to come and answer?
They said why they asked questions. So Lanti.
Exactly. So the questions that have been attributed to Bank of Ghana, I am saying again that we have the opportunity to bring the Bank of Ghana to Parliament to answer those questions.
But your side blocked it the last time.
Does that stop them from going ahead to do it again? Does that stop them from going ahead to do it again? Does that stop them from going ahead to do it again? Just a
little correction.
Afenyo said they'll do it. So
just a little correction. I did not say you should transfer the losses onto Gold Board account. I'm saying that onto Gold Board's boost. What I'm saying is that could the losses have been averted if the Bank of Ghana did not deal with Gold Board?
Who will it deal with?
But now,
I'm asking you, Bank of Ghana needs to buy gold.
Yes.
So you are saying that they shouldn't buy gold through Gold Board. No, who should they buy the gold
Only
from?
last week, the Bank of Ghana was sitting with the Chamber of Mines, saying that they want to buy gold through the
from where? Chamber of Mines.
But what was the standard procedure before Gold Board?
Exactly. The standard procedure at the time.
They were buying bullion.
They were buying bullion from the larger scale. Exactly. And then the small scale miners were just exporting. See, let me tell you what we have done in this country. We mine gold and we have all manner of foreigners coming in to buy our gold and take them away without paying tax, without Ghana government enjoying the revenue of the gold. What Gold Board has done is that we are now saying that, listen, Gold Board is the sole aggregator of gold in Ghana. Whether you are small scale, whether you are large scale, bring your gold, Gold Board will buy them. Give
and
them
that is what Bower Rock does, right?
Exactly.
Aggregating the gold
on behalf of Gold Board. And that is what it has done. Now, Gold Board has come to sanitize the entire space in the mining sector and help Ghana government to improve on its revenue.
So definitely they've dealt with issues on the slippages within the sector.
Absolutely.
And I don't think you disagree.
No, so why she says that make losses when it was buying bullion? Why was it not making those losses?
Wait a minute, but what was the revenue when Bank of Ghana was buying?
His point is that when they were not buying, when they were buying the bullion,
yes,
we were still losing.
We're losing
through smuggling.
Smuggling, but I'm talking about the Bank of Ghana making losses. No, we are talking about the Bank of Ghana making losses. So I'm asking,
but maybe it was even unreported or underreported, right? So
you even read a report of 2024 earlier on where they said there were discrepancies between the report that Ghana government was giving and the report that UAE gave out to them in respect of gold revenues in Ghana. It clearly tells you that we had challenges in the past. These challenges now have been averted because of the activities of Gold Board and the Bank of Ghana. Indeed, one question even says that if you don't buy from Bank of Ghana, if you don't buy, Bank of Ghana does not buy from Gold Board, it may rather perhaps save more money. I asked the question, where will it buy from?
So where was it buying from previously? It was buying bullion.
From the bullion. And I'm saying that
was it making the level of losses is making
because
now?
We're not reporting.
Who wasn't reporting? The Bank of Ghana books are there for everybody to see.
I think we've been able to bring some clarity on the matter. I'm grateful for all of the perspectives on the issue. The whole point is that we want the country to work and we want those who have been mandated, given the trust to ensure that to happen, to be minded to do right by Ghanaians. So grateful for that. And I want to move on the conversation to another subject of interest. And this time around, we are coming home, Eric, right? Because your party has opened nominations and we've seen that some people have already picked forms to contest various positions. Already, we saw your regional elections happen over the weekend. So much happening, right? The flag bearer has called for cohesion, he's called for an improved work ethic, he's called for unity, and he says that with that, 2028 is assured for the NPP. personally, are you running for any office?
No, I'm not. But I
don't
have
want
a lot
to serve
I
your
have
party.
a lot of interest. I'm still serving my party. As I sit here, I had to wake up at dawn to come, and so that's all part of it. I mean, I mean, the previous elections, I wanted to be national organizer.
By this time round,
by
you
this
are
time
not.
round, no, I'm just.
I remember.
But I'm still working in the back to make sure that.
And you said you have interests.
I have a lot of interest.
Really?
Yes,
Are you able to share with us?
I haven't. Oh no, I mean, it's because I'm a proper, like a bona fide. I think if you cut me, you probably see the blue, red, and white in my
Fair
blood.
enough.
So I have a stake, and I believe strongly that the party is at a certain crossroad, and the kind of leaders that we bring to bear will determine what the outcome will be in 2028. So I have very strong interest.
Is it the
And
case that we still have like Brian Champon faction, Kennedy faction, and
No,
they
no,
all
no.
have their respective candidates? for this
I
election?
don't.
You're
see
still the Brian Champon.
Of course, yes.
Is it still there or it's been?
No, but I mean, the contest is over. Now we have a flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, His Excellency, and somebody that we believe strongly that has the experience and what it takes to lead this country. And so in MPP, once the contest is over, we all rally around our flag bearer. And then we prosecute an agenda. And I mean, Brian Champon himself, Dr. Brian Champon himself, admonished us from day one, right after the election, that, I mean, the campaign is dissolved and that we're all working towards Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia presidency. And that's exactly what we've done. So there's no team on the ground as far as I'm concerned. And I was spokesperson for Dr. Brian Champon. So if there was anything of that sort, I'm sure that I'll be.
So there's no. It's not even in hibernation.
I'll be sitting in it.
It's not even in hibernation
at all. I mean, because there's no contest. There's no campaign. The campaign is to ensure that as a party, we harness the potential of every member and we use the resources that's at our disposal to prosecute a 2028 election. And so, I mean, it would not even be in the interest of anybody who has future aspirations or whatever to put impediments in the way of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to become
So who is the
president.
kind of national chairman the party needs at this point? And is any of them in the race with that kind of quality?
Yes, I mean, look at the personalities that are contesting for national chairman.
John Boydu.
And I believe strongly that there's probably a disconnect, a dysfunction even in the way we choose our party officers. But this is what, because I mean, imagine that, I'm just going to name the personality that comes top of mind. So you have Paul Afoko, you have Boache Jako, you have John Boydu for national chairman. Who else?
I think those are the three main.
Sami Crab and all of that. And then you have a political party that, let's say, for argument purposes, one of them becomes the national chairman, and the two or three become first vice, second vice, and third vice. However, we go into an election, and then by virtue of the fact that these personalities or what they lose, we don't harness their potential and the sort of capital, the human capital or the equity that they come with. Right? So there's a dysfunction there for me personally. And even though we also have a slot for first vice chairs and all of that, right? But I believe that maybe going forward when we're trying to be progressive.
The delegates to elect. Sorry, I'm rushing because of time. Do you trust the delegate to elect someone who best represents the ideals of the party and can bring and secure the victory? I'm asking this because we've seen the regional elections. Some persons with all manner of, said everything and anything about everybody, but they retained their positions. And you know what the people I'm referring to. So do you trust the delegates to elect the people you need?
You see, the delegates always would present to the party an agenda going forward. And so if you see a composition of, let's say, a regional executive and what they would do at the national elections, will tell you clearly that they want you guys to work together. You understand what I'm saying? And so I believe strongly, I'm very much confident in the delegates making the right choices. And of course, they sit with the electorate. I mean, we're looking at constituency executives, police station executives, regional executives, and electoral area executives who are in day-to-day interaction with the people of this country. And they would know what the requirements would be and what it takes to win an election, especially when we lost 2024. And so we are more than comfortable with the delegates making the right choices.
It's an internal matter, so Lantiga, they have anything to say.
I have a lot to say, but I respect him. No, I have a lot to say, but I respect him. I respect him to allow him to.
You see, there's an account saying, that when you see that your neighbor's beard is,
you put it on the
side.
You shave your beard.
That's an option as well.
Very briefly.
No, I continuously, I'm getting more and more disappointed with our political parties. And I keep saying this all the time. Because there is nothing about developing Ghana in the context of our political parties. Everything is about themselves. How do we get political power so that we can enrich ourselves? They don't say it, put it as enrich, but they say how so that, look, Ofosu Ampofo, a few years ago, what did he say? No contribution, no chop.
We are talking about MPP.
No, I'm just citing examples.
So disingenuous, man.
I'm just citing a typical example. No, if you listen to the MPP, again, Dr. Bawumia, what did Bawumia say? That when he wins power, he will make sure that all the constituencies people get jobs. I mean, how does
But they're also
this...
Ghanaians.
No, they are Ghanaians, but is that based on merit? Or simply because you are a member of the MPP?
No, but I mean, I think
these are the issues that we should be questioning. And that is why I keep saying that our political parties are not working for the people of Ghana.
I think the point is
that's as simple as it. So all their internal things are how do I get the power so that we can distribute the wealth of Ghana among ourselves?
Thank you. I think that this morning my brother Kwashi has been unfair to us politicians and political parties. I have never seen any political party or even both MPP and NDC push any agenda beyond making Ghana better. But of course, there's nobody who would work and not get also paid for the work that he does. So to create the impression that people are advancing their personal interests over the interests of the nation is quite unfortunate. And I find it also very disingenuous that when we are discussing MPP national election, for some strange reason, he is able to import. Wait, let me finish, and then you are finding very excited. He's able to import Ofosu Ampofo, who was bereaved a few months ago and buried his father. And you now come here and then you introduce Ofosu Ampofo in an MPP national election. How disingenuous can you be? This is very unfortunate. Let me tell you. Listen. No. It's very unfortunate. Listen.
You're being emotional.
No, He said really less, apart from making emphasis on that issue. And then he quickly was able to just drop in Bawumia, something small that Bawumia said you pay constancy. But let me go back to the MPP.
On the big issue when you reminded us about an academics, Dr. Zato's political affiliations. What do you mean disingenuous?
I did. I was right. I was pointing out what it is, and exactly what my brother too is doing here. But let me proceed.
But then
let me proceed to make this point.
We have 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do what I have to do. MPP have suffered some leadership crisis in the last few months, and perhaps even leading to the 2024 elections. I'm hoping that as a credible oppositional alternative to the NDC, maybe this will offer them opportunity to offer some better leadership. I mean, what we have seen in Parliament in terms of their leadership, even under this current administration, does not speak speak volumes of the NPP. And I hope that the national elections will offer the opportunity to give us better leadership.
Does the NDC have a candidate?
For what?
For the MPP election. Do you have a preferred person?
Oh, no, it's none of our business.
Are you sure?
It's none of our
business.
business.
Your Ashanti regional minister was on TikTok campaigning for one of the regional positions.
Secretary.
Yes.
He has a personal friendship with Paul Yando, whatever the name is, and they have their thing.
I thought the party has
no. The party has no. We have an interest in every activity of the MPP. Let me say that clearly. That's
including the chairmanship.
We have an interest in every activity of the MPP, but we don't have a preferred candidate as to who wins or who does not win. Obviously, how is it our business? How is it our business who wins or wins? But then for us, Anyone who wins, of course, will be a person of interest. And all the candidates are also persons of interest. If MPP is a party of interest to the NDC, but we are not concerned about who wins or who loses. We are waiting for them.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. And I call him the Fresh Prince of Nabdam, lawyer Lamtik Apanga, Deputy CEO of the Gaming Commission. Today he said Koshi wasn't his friend.
How do you bring Osapo in this matter?
A member of the MVP communications team, and of course Koshi did an engineer and an analyst. My name is Jude Duncan. Breakfast Daily continues with Wahab and Chris Carter. Don't go away.
Looking for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creators, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
Every year, there is a place where the atmosphere shifts, where praise becomes a sanctuary.
Hello, family. My name is Perez Music, and I'd like to invite you to Glorify 2026, happening right here at the Victory Bible Church International, Dominion Sanctuary inside Awoshi, and it's happening on the 30th of August. Joining me this year is my big brother and a mogul, Minister Joe Mentor. We also have a special monologue by Jeffrey Norton, and my brother King's Kid is also going to be here.
Yes, come let's celebrate God for His goodness and mercies at Glorified 2026 on August 30th, 2026. Doors open at 4 p.m. prompt, and the venue is Victory Bible Church, Dominion Sanctuary, Awoshi Bayard. Media sponsors Channel One TV, City FM. Come ready to encounter.
The Community Tracker is a parliamentary accountability project, a collaborative initiative between Channel One TV and the African Center for Parliamentary Affairs. Serving as an evidence-based project, Community Tracker documents and assesses development projects across constituencies in Ghana. The initiative includes the development of an attractive database map that identifies and tracks infrastructure projects, making information publicly available and promoting greater accountability. The program empowers communities to identify their priority development needs, monitor project implementations, and hold duty bearers accountable for the delivery of public services. It provides visibility for members of parliament who are delivering tangible development outcomes in their constituencies. Through the tracking and documentation of constituency-level projects, the program seeks to strengthen accountability in public infrastructure delivery while giving communities a meaningful voice in evaluating the impact of development interventions. The Community Tracker airs on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. with repeat broadcast on Tuesdays 11 a.m. and Saturdays 5:30 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel One Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. And of course, it's Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. As you all know, we are continuing from where Jude Duncan actually stopped. And we are going to be taking you from now till 11 a.m. If you're just joining the show, I hope that you have a good time. Pick up your breakfast, or if you're already eating breakfast, just sit, relax, and enjoy, because we're going to be taking you on a jolly good ride. My name is Chris Carter.
And I am Wahab Abdurazak. Always, a pleasure to be with you. We're going to take you from now to 11 a.m. There are a lot of things going to come on the show in the next 2 hours, so do not go anywhere. Stay with us. And it is an interactive one. So on the WhatsApp number rolling on the screen, if you have a birthday wish to any loved ones or so, you just text it to us. We will read it right here on the show for you. My name is Wahab Abdul Razak. Before we delve into the show proper, let's check out the weather update for today. All right, so this is an 18-hour forecast for Ghana, valid from 6 a.m. today, and it's coming from the Ghana Meteorological Agency. And to the summary of today's weather, it says thunderstorm and rain of varying intensity are expected to continue over parts of the northern and transition sectors this morning into the afternoon. Across the southern Ghana, mostly cloudy weather condition will dominate, with few areas likely to experience light or moderate rain. Mist and fog patches will also form and reduce visibility over the coast, forest, and hilly areas in the early hours of the morning. As you can see already, it's very cloudy out there. And also note that relatively cool night and early morning temperatures are expected across the country, and the state of the sea will be rough. This is coming from the Ghana Meteorological Agency. You can get more when you follow them on their socials. On X, formerly Twitter, they are at Ghana Met. On YouTube, they are Ghana Meteorological Agency. They have a WhatsApp channel called Ghana Meteo.agency. On TikTok, they are Ghana_Met_official. In addition to that, you can also download a weather app so that you get real-time updates on how the weather is going to look like. Chris, it's a wet Wednesday morning.
Yes, and I love it actually, because looking at the weather, my weather app yesterday, I think I use one of the best weather apps. It's always accurate. It looks like there might be a lot of, more rainfall than this, around 1 p.m. Yeah. So I'm looking out to see, okay, how correct is it? But it has never failed me. It has never failed me too. But yeah,
that's why it's important to get an additional weather app.
Exactly.
Yes.
So anyway, let's if you've not left your house yet, just be abreast that it might be raining this afternoon. Already it's drizzling and it might intensify during the afternoon. So if you haven't left your homes, just pick up your umbrella, or if you don't have anything to do that is, that calls for your attention outside, I think it's just better that you just relax, because we don't know how much it's going to be falling. But that's the weather forecast for you, brought to you by the Ghana Meteorological Agency. Right now, it's time for us to check out some of our reminders. Okay, we're going to be talking about the Ghana, This is Ghana exhibition, which is going to be coming soon. It's around the corner, and it's the 29th and the 30th of August 2026. Now, this exhibition, as you all know, is for local SMEs, startups, and entrepreneurs and all that. If you have any innovation, if you have any product, if you have any service that you want the world to see that is made here in Ghana, for Ghana and beyond, this is the best place for you to actually exhibit what you have. I mean, this is like the biggest made in Ghana or market, the biggest market of everything made in Ghana, from automobiles to, the academic sector, to the beauty sector, to the fashion sector, to the tech sector, to packaged food, to the art sector. Every kind of sector or every kind of industry, you are definitely going to find it there on those 2 days. And one opportunity it actually opens for exhibitors, apart from the fact that you are coming to show Ghana and the world what you actually have to offer when it comes to products, services, and innovations, you also get to connect with people that might elevate your business from one level to the other. It could be a packaging company, it could be a finance company, it could be, a company that does something along your industry, but you guys complement each other to carry the product to the next level. So this is why we always tell you that this platform, you are never going to go wrong. You are never going to miss. It's always a hit, 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 never a miss, miss, miss. So please, if you are interested and you've already made a call and, letting them know that you are interested, one thing you need to understand is those who pay or those who make payments are the ones who are guaranteed to be exhibiting on that day. You can have interest, but there's a difference between making payments and having interest. So the best thing for you to do is actually make your payments if you have already called the number and let them know that I want to be part of this. Wanting to be part of it is one thing, but making payments to be part of it is another. So throughout this week, we're just going to be giving you the chance to make payments, because the slots are already going fast. And like I always say, if you snooze, you lose. You might end up just watching it on TV right here when we start playing the playbacks or excerpts of what happened on the 29th and the 30th. Remember that it starts at 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day, and the entry is totally free. I want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, MTN, EcoBank, GEPA, and Exim Bank. What do you love about the This is Ghana exhibition?
The fact that it does not limit, give limit to the products that we are, everything inclusive, even services, the hotels, the education, everything is going to be there. And it's not only about the products, the food courts that is also going to be me. I say, I'm waiting to taste akple and fertility. And the fact that it's also a family program.
Yeah.
It's a weekend.
You can bring the children along. along.
You know,
because it's also people will ask, oh, okay, you're asking me to bring the children along. Is it child friendly? Oh,
Very
it
safe.
is child friendly because they're going to be bouncing castles, face paintings, and it's a good way for the children to actually immerse themselves in everything Ghanaian and also know that Ghana has the ability to create products and services and innovations that they think are only created abroad. Because a lot of times, most of these kids grow up in a very bougie home, and also most of them go to international schools.
Yes.
So yeah, they might not be really accustomed to some
of
other
these
things. You
yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So it's a great way to, you know,
And also for them to connect.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's on
true,
vacation.
true.
They have to.
It's a great way to immerse the kids into you know, what Ghana has to offer when it comes to innovation products and services.
All right, on that note, we're still reminding you that the Blank Sense drama series is airing. Yes, we are done, but we are bringing it to you every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. on Channel 1 television. It's very interesting drama series that we have produced for you right here at Channel 1 television. And so every Thursday, 7:30 p.m., just tune in and, you know, excite yourself with your family after the hard day's work and all that. Just sit on the couch with your family and enjoy that. If you miss it on Thursday, 7:30 p.m., you can catch the repeat on Fridays, 11:30 a.m. on Saturdays, 7 p.m. Sundays, 4:30 p.m. on Tuesdays, 3 p.m. and on Wednesdays, 5:30 p.m. I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shuto, Alton Certified Spray, Everpack, and Lily Wright. Thank you very much for them to supporting us. This is a Channel 1 production, just to put smiles on your face.
All right. So that's what we have for some of our reminders. And now it's time for us to check out what is trending. Let's get into the world of social media and see what people are talking about. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily, and like I said, it's time for us to immerse ourselves into social media and see what everybody is talking about. As you all know, when we bring you the trends, it's all about the hot topics that make you want to pick your phone and also join the conversation and also post on those threads. So we get our, you know, hottest topics from social media platforms like Facebook, X, Snapchat, TikTok, IG, which is Instagram, and of course, like I've just mentioned, Threads. There's also Threads that comes with a lot of gist. Anyway, let's check out what the gist is lately and what everybody is talking about on social media. All right, so FDA flags chemical ripened plantains and probes viral video from Medina Market. Now the fruit, this is actually a big case. We talked about it even last week.
Yes,
and it's been on the lips of everyone. I actually talked about it even 2 days ago with one of our producers, Ella, and she even made comment like she's even afraid to buy fruits these days.
And all that,
And the funny thing is that we are asked to eat fruits and vegetables so we can have a balanced diet. We can have, you know, good health.
Yeah.
We can strengthen our immune system. But somehow these people just keep putting, you know, chemicals on this. Well, the Food and Drug Authority, that's the FDA, has cautioned the public against the indiscriminate use of chemicals to accelerate the ripening of plantains and other fruits and vegetables. The caution follows a viral video reportedly showing the use of chemicals to ripen plantains at the Medina Market. Now, thank God I don't buy plantains there. According to the FDA, preliminary findings from investigations conducted in collaboration with the Environmental Health Unit of the La Nkwanta Medina Municipal Assembly established that the product reportedly used in the video was Ethamax, a plant grower regulator, considered harmful to human health and public safety. Now, the authority said it had also engaged the trader involved in the sale of distribution of ripening plantains on the market. Now, let's check out this video that everybody is talking about, and then we see what people are saying.
yɛne a yɛtɔ nnuane no bɔɔdeɛ kwadu amango anka saa fruit nneɛma no ɔmo wɔ duro bi te sɛ ade yɛ kita me wɔyɛ nsuo ɔmo de gu so sɛ ya na abere adeɛ no wodi a na woyam eti kidney ne nyinaa no dodoɔ na afiri saa nneɛma no eti yɛsra aban baabi a saa nnuro no firi ba no ɔma nnuro no nsa nkɔ back baabi a ɔmo kra baabi a ɔmo hwehwɛ mu na ɔmo ma saa nnuro no nyinaa nkɔ back saa sɛ amoa yɛ nneɛma bebree wɔ dwa so a saa nneɛma no frɛfrɛ mu bet amoa yɛ yɛsrɛ si yɛpɛ yɛ ahoɔden pa adeɛ a mommrɛ dwom na mo nhyɛ ntare na mo nhyɛ da amanya nti dwom sɛ deɛ moyɛ investigation na mohwehwɛ saa nneɛma no deɛ yɛka nyina mobɛhu ne nyinaa yɛpa mo kyɛw ɛna ɛtɔ so biem mimi pɛ sɛ tankase a na ɛyɛ adwuma tete mmerɛ mu no ɛnsa nyɛ adwuma sɛ tankase ba me fie no ɔbɛsama me ɔba me fikyire no ɔbɛsama me ɔbɛdwom no ɔbɛsama me a ɔkyena bɔɔla me mfɛsi hɔ adeɛ kyi a mede akyinefu a mɛdɔ mentwɛn ma aban.
This is actually a very disturbing video. And I also like the fact that she talked about or linked it to, kidney issues. And another thing that caught my attention, she mentioned mangoes. Hey, now I'm beginning to understand why mangoes have no seasons again. Have you realized a lot of fruits do not have seasons again? When we were kids,
all the time,
when we
you
were
have
kids,
them now. Yeah.
when we were kids, like there was a season for avocado.
It will come in
It will come in abundance, and then we
Yes.
will have it. There was a season for mango. But I'm not joking. Since last year, I've been seeing mango.
All the time.
I've been seeing avocado. I said it here last week that it is disturbing that I'm seeing these fruits. It's now making sense why I'm seeing these fruits on a daily, on a constant, monthly, like it's not going
Every blessed
anywhere.
day,
Every
yeah.
blessed day, there's mango, there's, oh my God, and I eat a lot of mango.
Crazy, you know why?
Jesus.
It's because they do not allow the fruit to mature by themselves, right? So they add the fertilizer and then it makes them look very big and it comes out very well. And they use these chemicals to hasten the ripening process, because if the fruit they are not well matured on the tree, it becomes very difficult for them to ripe on their own, because it has this natural gas, they call it ethylene or so, ethylene. So that is what helps the ripening process of the fruit by its own. Because they do not allow the fruit to mature, they then end up resorting to the use of these chemicals to by force, forcefully ripen. It's not that safe. And I spoke to the deputy CEO of the FDA, I think on Tuesday, and he was telling me a lot about some of these things. Even the content, there are some which are quite safer, but are they even aware about the content, the right amount that you're supposed to dissolve, whether in water or by whichever means to do that? Basically, because they do not allow the fruit to ripe. So always we want to see it. So
I just bought 5 mangoes
5
last week. And
How many have you consumed?
all of them. I've consumed all of them. I've consumed all of them.
So,
But
we are not safe.
well, it's ironic because this whole issue is ironic because we are asked to consume fruits and vegetables as part of a balanced diet, and because we are a society that eats a lot of carbs and it has not been great to our bodies. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So the best thing to regulate all these things is eat your fruits and your veggies and your greens. They keep telling us this, and at the minute you also decide to do that, there's a problem with that. So now it just looks like eating is not enough. That is okay. You see, that's why also doctors tell you, just the diet is also not enough. You should
Yeah.
move around.
You should do extra more, because
Yeah,
you
I
cannot
think
solely
everybody really has to do
solely
extra
depend
more
on
at
that.
this point.
Yeah.
You understand? Wow.
This serious.
But anyway, let's check out some of the comments of what people are saying about this on social media. All right. Abe Thor the Coral. Ban the fertilizers too. They are cancerous. Oh my God. Keeps getting worse. And JNK or J Knock Mills at FDA Ghana. It's also in beans, and most legumes, avocados, and more. We are all at risk because of the food. No matter where you eat, it mostly comes from the same place. I was told this yesterday in the office when I said, okay, then probably I'll just buy from the supermarkets instead of buying from the local markets. Like Nima too had to tell me, you know what, it comes from the same source.
Source, absolutely.
Anyway, Divine 1282 is saying they are right. Target the source and the problem will be solved. Afia Inspirations. Now, their truth shall set you free indeed. God bless you, Mama, for speaking the truth. I'm sure Mama has probably encountered this issue when it comes to the health and thought of it. Na Adukwe, which company import these poisons? From which country? Can it be banned? Can people be arrested and fined? Humans conform and obey when you take their money. Joy _lifestyle. Maybe the FDA should be controlling regularly those not trusted sources selling poisonous food to innocent people. The problem is that you never even know at this point. Israel _elbow1. It's not only in Medina. I think it's nationwide because here at Nsawan Market, it's worse. From plantain to bananas to sallow mangoes. Oh, mangoes have been mentioned twice today. So chemicals to ripen them. What's supposed to give us health rather is pushing us to early graves, wicked souls. Unfortunately, this is no news, and this is coming from Mamacita for Life. The first time I saw chemicals being used to ripen plantain was by fried plantain and yam seller at Cantomanto about 20 years ago. It's very sad because these chemicals can cause cancer and other diseases. God help us all. Best to buy the green ones and keep at home to ripen naturally for use. But honestly, please, everyone should start growing a crop at home organically instead of cementing everywhere like we used to do back in the days. I think she has really made sense there. Calista Benedicta, this is true. I bought unripe plantain on Friday night. By Saturday morning, they were all ripe. Uh-oh. All right.
Mamacita
said we should buy the plantain when it's unripe and let them ripen at home. And then someone else, the next person after Mamacita, said she bought it on Friday and then on Saturday ripen.
Easy.
And I do what Mamacita says though. I buy very unripe one. I literally what I do. Maybe people should learn this. What I do
Give
is
us the tips.
Exactly. I go to shout out to Agbogboshi, all the market women. And so I go to Agbogboshi early in the morning on Saturday. I hustle. Similar like this. I hustle for food. So I go to early in the morning. I leave the house at 5-ish because I want to make sure I'm going to be buying from those that are bringing it from
the source.
The source. So you don't have time to ripen anything. So I'm dragging the plantain with those women that are dragging it there. All of us are dragging the plantain there. So with that, it actually stays a bit longer before it ripens. Just because I feel like, that's probably straight from the tree and then they're just coming to Accra to dump it to us.
That's true.
So that is how I buy, because I don't like to see ripe plantain and buy from you because I don't really trust it. You understand? I don't trust.
The conditions and with the issue of go right.
We should stop cementing everywhere. I think it's true. With the
it was spot on.
Yes, with the advent of what's it called? Real estate. Everywhere has been cemented. We have real estated the whole floor. All the black soil. Now they buy black soil. People's houses don't produce. We have to go out to the flower guys or the horticulture guys and then buy from them. So what I do, you see the bucket or no, what do I call the bucket?
The flower pot?
No, the container that you use to buy the dispenser water.
Yeah.
So I cut it
open.
And then I have tomatoes, I have parsley, I have coriander, I have all of them.
That's great.
In the house. So some things I don't buy. So right now I'm even learning to have like potatoes and all that, but it's the time. But it's actually a very interesting thing to do, and you realize that it cuts you from also buying a lot of things. You also have
because
yours.
you have them at your disposal.
Exactly. You just need time to plans to do things. It can be heartbreaking sometimes when you see them dying, but you get to learn and you get to have your own food, your own sauce. You understand?
Yeah, I also like the call from the market woman who raised this concern, particularly with her calling for regulation of the importation of some of these chemicals. Who brings them in?
That's
who
the
check
problem.
it?
I was going to say that.
Yes, and that
where do
was
they
a
come
good one from her.
Definitely, they are passing through the ports. They're
There are
definitely going
other
to be passing through the
uses,
ports. They're going to be passing through the borders. They're going to be passing through even through the air.
Everywhere.
So
we
that
have
means
people
all the points
designated.
that things coming to the country, all these things need to be, checked. Maybe they don't understand how serious it is, but when you go to the hospital, you will definitely understand how serious. And sometimes we don't understand how these things are serious until it affects until it's at your doorstep. Then you realize that, oh, okay. But we don't always have to wait for it to be at our doorstep.
But kudos to the FDA, but then they should also intensify their market surveillance. I think that is very good. We should not always sit for the harm or the things to get very intense before we come in and issue safety precautions and all that, emphasizing on the challenge. There should be officers are all over, even in the district. We have the environmental health units and all that. Let's do the market surveillance. This particular Madina 1 incident, they collaborated with the environmental health unit of the Madina Lankwantana Municipal Assembly. That was good. The coordination, no institution works in isolation. We are all working for the betterment of the good people of Ghana. So let's coordinate.
And I think this shouldn't be happening only in Medina. They should go everywhere.
Across all markets.
They should go to all the markets. Somebody just also mentioned in Sawam. Somebody also mentioned Kantamanto, where the person was actually frying plantain in Yemen. That was 20 years ago. So this is something that has been going on for a long time. So that just means that some of these chemicals are getting stronger and stronger these days, because obviously with innovation, people want to do things better.
Yeah.
So the better the person thinks is making it,
the serious, the other side
is coming.
All right, so let's enforce the regulations. All right, Chris, what next do we have in the trends?
All right, so we actually have another one, a very exciting one, interesting one, and a good one for the creative industry, especially musicians, and also especially for all Africans. So Angelique Kidjo becomes the first African with Hollywood Walk of Fame star. And of course, we know that the Hollywood Walk of Fame star is actually a star used to celebrate people in the industry who have done so well, especially in film, music, theater, and I think everything that has to do around this industry. So yeah, so she has, gotten one, and it takes a very long time before people actually get this, because you need to really must have put on a lot of work. And if you've been following Angelique Kidjo's journey, I remember as kids we used to sing Angelique Kidjo. She was just a woman from Benin, then she moved to France, then at some point I started seeing her in America. So following all her journeys, I think now she lives in the United States.
She's multi-generational.
Yes, exactly, very multi-generational. She has done songs with a lot of people, from people her age to also people in our generation, and also the young ones too. I think she's just marvelous. She's just marvelous, and such a
She's
beautiful
inspired a lot of people.
and
Look
such
at
a
our very
beautiful
own Stone
woman.
Boy.
Yeah,
Beautiful song.
and it's also one of the women that, or one of the musicians that stick to her roots. She speaks Fongbe. Fongbe is actually a language in Benin. She started speaking, singing in Fongbe. She was not singing in French. She started singing with Fongbe,
She's actually represented
and it went
Benin
far.
and Africa
Do you
so
understand?
well.
So I think it's something worth celebrating. So the ceremony of the 7,000 11 Hollywood Boulevard marked the 2,854th star in the recording category, where Angelique Kidjo wore a vibrant orange outfit, blue head wrap, and gold shoes. So the growing emotional, she spoke of Africa's profound musical legacy. Without us, there is no music possible on this planet, and I believe that. So speakers like William Dafoe and Harvey Mason Jr. praised her 4-decade career, blending West African rhythms with global sounds, while the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce noted her role in opening doors for African artists worldwide. It's a beautiful one. Let us check out some of the comments and then we continue. At Kenny 39 family, Kane, actually at Kane Darasimi, a monumental achievement for Africa with the Benin flag. Angelique Kidjo continues to break barriers and put African excellence on the global stage. Well deserved. Africa love champion. At Ojiole Group Lim, congratulations to the best musician Benin Republic ever has given Africa. At B_rekindled, well deserved. She's a living legend. Congrats, Ma. At Ellen Jamex, congratulations to Africa. This is a win for us. At Oluwasegun OG, congratulations to our mama. The next person is Thames, Wizkid, and Burna. And from us, we say congratulations. And she's a real inspiration to every musician in Africa, that your voice can actually be heard worldwide and also celebrated out there in the world, internationally.
Congratulations. And I like the fact that she's the first Black, African. There are lots of, the Africans who are not because they are colored. They say they are not. They don't want to be even associated of being African. I like that she has represented us so well. The language you're talking about. This particular song featured a Stonebwoy. She gave Stonebwoy Manoji. Actually, my favorite on Stonebwoy's Fifth Dimension. The way she was speaking after, so beautiful. Congratulations, Mama Africa.
So one thing about the funk babe, it's you can see a bit of Ewe in it. But it's not completely Ewe. And it's a difficult one. And they'll tell you it's not Ewe. They'll just say it's funk babe straight.
So it's more deep.
It's not like, you see, when it comes to Ghana and Togo, I always say that the Ewe in Ghana is deeper.
Really?
It feels like you have hot water in your mouth. When you're speaking the Ewe in Ghana, it feels like you have hot water in your mouth. And the Ewe in Togo is just, because I think I grew up there. And the Togolese, the Ghanaians also feel the same way about the Togolese Ewe. So I feel the same way. But for a Ghanaian and the Togolese to actually hear their own, it's not Ewe. It's different, but they just have some tiny little things that you can say, okay.
I get it. It's just like Akan. So we have Asante Chi, we have Akuapem, almost the same thing, right? But some of the pronunciations and the words.
And like Ghana Dangbe and Ghana.
Absolutely.
Ghana Dangbe, when I hear it, I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, and
Krobo people too.
Yeah.
We have that Dangbe people around Ada, Ningo, Pram. The Krobo people around Somenya, and the Ga also, the owners of the land here. I know that's
But then again, it's also beautiful to see how our languages actually connect. And it's so diverse and it's all worth celebrating. So anybody out there, don't be shy of your language, your roots, just put it out there. You will definitely get celebrated and somebody will love what you're doing. We all sang to her song with that one bolombo. We didn't know if we were calling gods. We were just singing. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just singing because it sounded good.
And the beat was crazy. The
and it was nice. It was beautiful.
The energy with which she sings, she owns it.
Yeah. So well done to her. Well done to her. Give us the last one on sports, right?
All right. So that's in the world of sports, and I'm very sad one, I must say. So it has to do with German midfielder Jamal Musiala. He has collapsed twice in 4 days, and that has been trending on the internet because in preseason friendlies, the 22-year-old Jamal Musiala collapsed twice within about 4 days. The first one was against RB Leipzig around August 15, 2026. And again, he shortly after coming to, deal with that, again collapsed when they had a match on August 18th.
That was 2 days ago, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Everybody saw that.
Yeah, with Bayern Munich, and that's what has sparked the whole trend about it. And the most serious part is that he actually reacted to it and saying it's a condition, explaining the condition.
He has a neurological condition.
Saying it's
basically.
treatable
Yeah.
and all that.
So our hearts goes out to him.
So
and
that's a reaction from
Jamal Musiala. Okay, he said first things first. I'm fine. I'm especially grateful for your messages and support. Now that's some German and some German and some German. But I have been diagnosed with temporary short-term occurring but well-treatable abscesses, which are caused by neurological dysfunction. These can lead to the most recent moments, such as against Leipzig or even now in Heidenheim. I know that these seem scary at first glance, but for me, they are currently part of my everyday life. I'm in the best medical treatment and very optimistic about this. So FC Bayern and my private environment are always by my side and support along this way. And some German, blah, 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 plenty German. What helps me the most along the way is to keep chasing victories and titles with my team and your great support. I hope you can understand me better with this. At the same time, I ask for understanding that I want to keep the topic within the circle of my closest friends and the club and the experts. Thank you very much. Yours, Jay. Well, people are concerned because he's one of the youngest best players
very
in
promising.
Germany. Do you understand? So that's why everybody's really concerned, because yesterday I saw people writing about it so much.
It was all over.
That the thing that happened last time has happened again. Jamal Ntini come back, Jamal Ntini come. So I was wondering, but as soon as I saw the video and I realized that he had fainted before, I just put one and decided that and actually put in my mind that it definitely has to be something going off neurologically, because people don't just keep falling like that.
Normal.
Yeah,
That's not normal.
but then again, it's good that he has put it out there. Let's check out the comments on this.
All right, so this one says, I just hope this doesn't make him stay on the bench for too long. Yeah, my last Brown Sanders, him, and Werner_CFC. He says, who even let him play when he fainted in the last match? He's clearly not still fit. At home _900. It's so painful to see this super talent go through all this. At only Madrid Real. Hope Musiala is okay. 2 times in a few days is really worrying. Get well soon, Jamal. At IMGT_24, wishing him all the best and quick recovery. At Gabriel Zu, this is really worrying. I hope he gets better quickly. All right, and that's some of the concerns and reactions that people have been.
And the thing is that he came in the 61st second and then fainted in the 6th minute. I mean, he came in the 61st minute and then fainted in the 6th minute that he entered. So he didn't even last. He just did 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's it.
I like the fact that he's also aware of his condition. I think he's maybe take some time to really, although he's done some surgery.
But it's actually very important that everybody
really
is aware
treat
of their bodies. I think because people are not aware of what they are going through internally, sometimes can actually lead to their death. But what makes me happy about this is that he knows what he's battling with and then how it can be treated.
Yeah.
So if he says this is what he's living with every day, that means it's not only in the court or I call it court because of basketball.
On the pitch.
It's not only in the pitch or field that he's always been falling. That means at home, he said the people around him and his team So
like
that
to keep
yeah,
pets
so that
around
means
those
they
people.
know that okay, there's something wrong. So imagine how many times he falls around them. And also one thing I really loved so much about
His
what
reaction
was
to
the
the whole
show,
incident.
not even his reaction, the reaction of his teammates was the show of support,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to know that okay, this is happening, again, let's all help him.
Yeah.
You understand? And I forgot the name of the guy that helped him, but I heard yesterday that one had also he's a Moroccan. He had also experienced the same thing
Similar
with
thing.
not him, his old teammate, but his own old teammate had died from it. So that is where
So
he
coming
was.
from experience,
So yeah,
he quickly
so he knows
intervened.
it
Yeah.
exactly. So when he saw it, he just ran because he had experienced that with his old teammate. That two of them were great buddies, and two of them were from Morocco. But
Mhm.
that one died. So even I forgot his name. He
That's
actually have honored
great.
his old teammate by wearing his jersey,
Jersey.
yeah, or his number because of that whole situation.
That's
So
that's that's a good
I
one
think it's
from
very
there,
important
and
that
we should
also
all.
that we should all even know ourselves. We should all know what we are going through. If you're feeling something, go to the doctor. Don't wait for it to be too late. It's always important to know what you are going through.
Anyways, that's all for the trends. Let's check out the video of the day. I'm coming. Chris, does this use the rules that we all apply? This vehicle, this is serious. This is worrying. I will quickly get down from the car.
This is scary, actually.
It is.
And he's putting it in the container, actually.
Yes.
And the
The-
container is seated in front of him because he doesn't want anybody to steal the container of fuel. And I only just have one question to ask, but I don't know how other people will feel. Is this Nigeria? Well, I'm Nigerian, so I can ask, is this Nigeria? Because it looks, nothing is impossible under the sun.
Anyways.
Like I said, I'm the only one allowed to ask
All
this
right.
question.
I didn't
I'm
say
the only
some
one
more.
allowed to ask this
Omo,
question.
I didn't say some more. All right. Anyways, that's all for trends and video of the day. We're going for a quick break. When we come back, the show continues.
Hello, Ghana. Get ready for the APSA Auto Fair, the biggest auto fair of the year. Happening on Saturday 22nd and Sunday 23rd August 2026 at Good Park, Accra Mall from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Explore incredible deals on your favorite car, from your first car and reliable family vehicles to premium SUVs. We will be there to help you drive away in the perfect car with affordable financing solutions from APSA. Owning your next vehicle has never been easier. Join us at the APSA Auto Fair on 22nd and 23rd August at Good Park, Accra Mall, and drive your dream car home. For more information, WhatsApp 054 136 1237.
Are you planning to relocate from your company office or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Looking for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
The Community Tracker is a parliamentary accountability project, a collaborative initiative between Channel One TV and the African Center for Parliamentary Affairs. Serving as an evidence-based project, Community Tracker documents and assesses development projects across constituencies in Ghana. The initiative includes the development of an attractive database map that identifies and tracks infrastructure projects, making information publicly available and promoting greater accountability. The program empowers communities to identify their priority development needs, monitor project implementations, and hold duty bearers accountable for the delivery of public services. It provides visibility for members of parliament who are delivering tangible development outcomes in their constituencies. Through the tracking and documentation of constituency-level projects, the program seeks to strengthen accountability in public infrastructure delivery while giving communities a meaningful voice in evaluating the impact of development interventions. The Community Tracker airs on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. with repeat broadcasts on Tuesdays 11 a.m. and Saturdays 5:30 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
And of course, we told you before that This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is right in the corner, and you just saw some of the excerpts of what happened last year. And when this time comes, or when this time is drawing closer, we get to speak to exhibitors, those that are going to be exhibiting on those particular days. And we told you some people have actually made the call and some people have actually paid. So those who paid are already passing through. For those who haven't paid, you just keep watching and maybe you get inspired to pay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have Winfred Ejay Bonsu, who's a sales and marketing manager for Coco Life, and Ariane Sylvie Panou, who is the owner of Collection of Aries. Hi, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
Ariane, we meet again.
Right.
Every year we seem to meet here.
I know, right? Actually, this is the first time someone mentioned my name correctly.
Oh, yeah. Because we're from the same place. Ariane. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Lady and gentlemen, you are welcome to the show. And Ariane, why are you here again?
This is the third time, and already on my calendar, it is marked. This is Ghana Exhibition. In fact, I've been started advertising it before the D-Day. So yes, this is the time we are here again to showcase our product, to meet our usual customers for their restock, and also meet new potential customers as well.
Right. And why is This is Ghana important to your business?
Okay, so there are very few, shall I say, multimedia that are like advertising Made in Ghana products, and this is actually the base of what we do, because sometimes you can do products, you can keep it down, but then who are buying it? Do people know you? Do they know what you have? Do they know the value that you are bringing? So that's why when immediately, from the first time I've gone to This is Ghana Exhibition, I know that, okay, this is a platform for me to keep advertising my products and keep meeting new people.
All right, talking about new people, what kind of people did you meet last year?
Very amazing people. I even met suppliers as well. You'll be shocked, because when people see your product, we have vanilla body oil.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that
yes,
later.
Please. And suppliers will meet, oh, okay, so where do you source your product from? So you naturally get people to even source some of the ingredients straight from Ghana here and still make the product. And then we can now boldly call it like, yes, this is Ghana products we are showcasing.
Okay, and one thing a lot of people would like to know, did you make sales?
Oh.
Tell us. Tell us.
We do, especially because it's a 2-day event. New people keep coming through. Even people that have already come through, they go home and the next day they bring their family to come and buy more. And then as for the sales, I'm not going to talk a lot, but then yes, we do make sales.
That's a good one. All right, so Winfred, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I saw this at the other time. At the other This is Ghana exhibition, and now you are back again.
Yes.
How does it feel to be back again?
It feels very great and exciting to associate ourselves with a brand that acknowledges Ghanaian businesses. Yes, and this time we want to exhibit our products and also connect with people, other investors, and let them have a taste of our good drinks.
All right. So how was last year for you?
So last year was very great. In fact, sales was very, very great. We got.
I like to hear that.
Yes. So last year seems that was our best-selling event. We made a lot of sales that day.
So you sold out?
We sold out. Yeah, we sold out. 100%. We sold out.
So you sold out and you carried your concon back to your stand back.
That's why we are here today.
Without the bottles, you just carried your concon stand and then you went back.
That's why we are back here today.
Wow.
Yes, we are back here today.
Wow. Yeah. And if there's anybody watching you right now that is still contemplating, should I be part of this? Should I not be part of this? What would you tell them?
Oh, I told the person he or she shouldn't hesitate. Because with this program, you get not about the sales per se, but you get a chance to exhibit your product to other people for them to have a taste of your product. And also, it's very good to associate yourself with a brand like Channel One because they support small businesses as well as the bigger ones.
Yeah. So another question I'd like to ask, do you have customers that still reach out to you? People that you met on that day that still reach out to you till now?
Oh, yes, we do. In fact, most of our customers, we got them from that program because we are a startup. So last year was our first time. Oh. Yes, so most of our customers, we got them through the last year.
Wow. Yeah. I like to hear that. This is the things we like to hear. Now let us go through your products or what you have to sell as a business. Exactly. So what do you have? Okay, first of all, Ariane, it seems like there's something new here. I've seen this. But
yes, please.
This lady right here, I've never seen. So take us through this and then you tell us what's this new addition or what are some of the additions we are going to be witnessing this year.
Yes, please. So we are a shea butter based skincare brand. So every product we do, we make sure there's shea butter in it. But then you'll be surprised that we have other things like mango butter, cocoa butter as well.
You know the last time I did it, that's what I rubbed.
Yes,
only mango butter.
Only mango and it smells butter. Really nice.
And it's soft.
Very soft on the skin. So if people that have dry skin, that have like rashes and other stuff, when you use our product, guaranteed.
And it's good for the hair, by the way.
Very good.
Makes your hair very soft.
Yes, please. So we have it in different variety. Currently we have about 6, but over here we have our family pack that can contain like about 5 of it. We have shea butter with vanilla and coconut oil, which smells really nice. Very good for babies. The fragrance is not too high in it. Then we have obviously our bestseller, which is the shea butter and mango butter. The cocoa butter mixed with shea butter.
That's
we have the shea butter with peppermint and then moringa and neem, which is very good for the hair. For hair growth, if you are having itching and other stuff, it can help you also treat that. And we have the particular type of customers that love turmeric in all their skincare. Immediately they hear turmeric, they say like, okay.
Because it helps with spots.
With spots, brightening the skin a bit. And then mixed with shea butter, it gives you a very nice combo. So we also have that butter also available. We have raw shea butter as well. For people that do not like taking pomade and taking time to like rub. We have body oils for them. We have our vanilla, which is our bestseller, smells really nice. And what is very good about it is we don't use chemical fragrance. We use a natural oil itself. So if I'm saying vanilla oil, we use vanilla oil with coconut oil, baobab oil, and it's very light on the skin. We have it in citronella.
So this is the citronella,
This is the citronella, right? Yes, please. You can see how light it's even looking.
We're going to open
it. Yes, please.
You can do that for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here you go.
Okay, so we're just gonna take a bit of it.
Just a little drop.
Just a little drop. For those who don't like using pomade, so this is for just a little bit. Oh, the smell! The smell is really so nice. Good.
You can see how light it is. It's not sitting on top of the skin.
Very light.
It goes in and makes sure the skin is hydrated for a long time.
And it's moisturizing.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So all those with very ashy, December is coming with your ashy elbows and your ashy knee and your ashy everywhere. You can actually
just use the oil. Yes,
and also this new baby here.
Please.
What is this about? Because I didn't see this last year.
So this is our lip gloss.
Made in Ghana.
Made in Ghana, right here. And it's not too pigmented because sometimes you want to have something very light on the skin instead of applying the lipstick and everything. You take, yes, please, this is it.
It's creamy.
It's creamy, smells really nice, has vitamin E in it, sweet almond oil, moisturizes the lips and also make you look like.
Is that what you use?
That's what I have.
Ooh,
yes,
girl.
please. That's what I have.
That's nice.
So we have lip balms. We now have mini perfumes that you can just put in your bag.
All made in Ghana.
All made in Ghana, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And we have our black soap. So we have actually dedicated ourselves to cook our black soap from scratch now, so that we know what exactly we are putting in for our customers. So we have our black soap. In the black soap we have shea butter, mango butter, honey, turmeric, all natural ingredients, okay, to take care of your skin. If you're having any rashes and other stuff, it goes well. And we also have it in different flavors right now. Yes. Now we have peppermints. Also, we have lemongrass, and we have our original scents.
I don't know what you're waiting for. If you've heard all this and you are still not convinced to come to the This Is Ghana exhibition, then you don't really like yourself. You don't really love yourself, and it's quite a pity that you don't love yourself. But if you love yourself that much and want to pamper yourself, I think you should be at the This Is Ghana exhibition, going to be happening on the 29th to the 30th of August, 2026, at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park. Starts at 10 a.m. and ends at 6 p.m. All these and more are actually going to be there. So if you're into skincare or into wanting your skin to get better, you have a child out there that might be reacting to different products, and you want something natural, you should come by and try Aries. Come buy from them, come support them, because it's made in Ghana. And also, I would also testify to, using natural stuff on your skin. Yeah, it's actually very great. So try them, and you will not regret it. Actually. Now let's head over to Cocoa Life. Mr. Winfred.
Yeah.
Hi, Cocoa Life. Hi, Cocoa Life. We have all arrays of Cocoa Life. What's Cocoa Life all about?
So Cocoa Life is about fresh juice. It's made with coconut. Yeah. So we have the
fresh juice is made with coconut.
Yeah, fresh juice infused with coconut. Yeah.
It looks red, but it's not coconut. So what is it?
So this is the melon mixed with coconut water.
So meaning coconut water is the base?
Yes. So all our products it has coconut in.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the melon coconut. And this is the pineapple coconut. That's the pineapple juice mixed with the coconut water.
Right.
And this is the coconut milk drink. This is actually one of
coconut itself?
Yeah, this is actually one of our best sellers. So with this, you see the copra of the coconut. Yes, we've added.
What's copra?
Copra, that's the fruit, the food.
Inside. Sorry, I don't know all this scientific. So say the word the way I know it. The meat.
The food.
The food.
The meat. Yes. So with that one,
say it again, copra.
Copra.
Okay, I've learned something.
Yes.
Here.
So with that one, we've blended and added dates to it for the sweetener. So it has no added sugar.
Ooh, dates.
Yes.
As the sweetener, not sugar.
No sugar.
So this is only the copra?
The copra and the date mixed.
This is perfect for those who don't drink milk.
Yes, lactose intolerant people. Yeah.
It's me. I don't drink milk, so I understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, for all people who don't drink milk, I think this is very good for you. Yeah.
So we also have the pineapple coconut.
Yeah.
That's this one. Pineapple ginger. That's the pineapple coconut drink mixed with ginger. So it's a little bit hot.
Ooh,
yes.
Okay.
And this is the pineapple and passion. That's the pineapple juice and the passion fruit mixed together. Yes. And this is 100% coconut water.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is how we know.
Yeah. 100% coconut water.
But these are the innovations.
Yes. Okay. And we also have the last one, the cucumber coconut.
Oh, that's very hydrating.
Yes.
Very hydrating.
Yes. And
because coconut is hydrating and cucumber is very hydrating.
Yes. And that one too is very good in weight management as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And good for your skin, by the way.
Yes.
Some of you don't know what you're putting in your body is what's affecting your skin. These are some of the things you actually need. And where do you get this coconut from? Is it imported?
No. Here in Ghana.
Where?
Yeah, so we go to the eastern region.
Oh.
Yes, we source from there.
Oh.
Yes.
So that means the whole supply chain at the end of the day, it's not only you benefiting, but the people at the eastern region,
the farmers and everyone.
Are actually benefiting.
Yes.
Wow. This is very interesting. So these are what we're going to be seeing on
yes. And we also have coconut pastries as well. Coconut pastries. Yeah, so we have the coconut.
Do you have coconut flour? Oh, you should make that.
Okay, maybe.
You should make that.
We will be exhibiting the coconut samosa.
Oh.
Yes.
Coconut samosa
and coconut pie, as well as the coconut spring rolls. Coconut spring rolls.
You say it again.
Coconut spring rolls.
Shock me, say everything again.
So we will be exhibiting
samosa, coconut spring rolls,
and coconut pie.
Pie.
Yes, as well as the coconut ice cream.
Have you eaten some before? Viewers, have you eaten some before? Well, if you know you've not eaten some before, you should be there on the 29th and the 30th of August 2026. And also, you can actually come there and then taste it.
Oh, yeah. So we're giving out.
How did you even come up with that idea?
So, normally coconut is something that everyone likes. Yes, and apart from taking in the coconut water and maybe chewing the copra and maybe using the copra as coconut oil, what else can you use coconut again? So that's when the idea came that we can actually create varieties of coconut by infusing it with other fruit juices.
Wow, why idea? Why? Why? All right, guys. So I've just done some marketing for Cocoa Live. Come through and enjoy Cocoa Live. Now let me move over back to my spot. Before I let you guys go, right? What are you expecting this year?
So, as usual, I mean, the big crowd, but sometimes there are so much crowd that you'd not be standing and be looking, okay, where is the next place to go? We are expecting the same thing today. So on the 29th, so don't stay at home, come with your family. Like, bring your friends around. I'm sure there will be food as well. So as you hold your kebab and you go through.
And if you're holding your shopping bag, you can bring your kebab.
Yes, please. Then you go through, look at what we have on the table. And then we'll be giving some freebies as well as usual on every purchases that you have done. Because you've noticed some people have a little bit of more extreme skin issues, and we have been able to try to like address that. So on that day, we giving for every purchase that you do, we'll give you a freebie for those products pertaining to your skin type and your skin issues. You go and try it, and I'm sure you give us a call back.
Okay, Winfred, what are you expecting on that day?
So we are expecting a great program. The turnout should be amazing, like last year's one. Yes, so you just come. Look for Cocoa Life stand. We will be giving out huge discount on our drinks, and also we will be giving out free samples for people to have a taste of our drinks and also connect with the general public.
All right, final words.
We'll be expecting you that day. Please don't stay home.
All right, final words.
Just visit us and you enjoy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Winfred and Ariane. Winfred Ejay Bonsu, Sales and Marketing Manager for Cocoa Life, and Ariane Sylvie Panou, owner of Collection of Aries. And they were exhibitors of last year This Is Ghana exhibition. And of course, they are coming back. So if they have not convinced you to make payments yet, then your problem. It's not here. We are not the ones that are your problem, because you will still cry when everything is sold out, and then you will come back, no. So if you haven't made payments, it's important for you to actually make payments, because like I always say, intent is different from, making your payments to have your stand. These are people who have actually made payments, and ironically, they have been on the exhibition before, and that is why they've shared their experiences and also shared why they are coming back. Ladies and gentlemen, come through on the 29th and 30th of August 2026 at the Ifosaland Children's Park. It's all about the This Is Ghana exhibition. Starts at 10 a.m. and ends at 5 p.m. each day. Want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, MTN, EcoBank, GIPC, and all. Thank you so much for being part of it. And ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, the show continues. But don't forget, that day there will be coconut spring roll. Have you heard it before? Well, let's take this quick break. We'll be back.
Verna is clean, fresh and safe. I'm holding my Verna bottle. No plastic seal, no worries. Open and hear the sound like click. That sound means it's fresh, no trick. No plastic seal, but it's still pure. Cool and clean, you can be sure. Verna leads the brighter way. What takes my doubt away? If it clicks, it's Verna. If it clicks, it's clean. Sip it, feel the difference. Verna water, pure and green. Click, open, sip. Click, open, sip. Chalet Verna. No stress, just sip. pressure, no stress, just sit.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack. EduPack? Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note: all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Every year, there is a place where the atmosphere shifts, where praise becomes a sanctuary.
Hello, family. My name is Perez Music, and I'd like to invite you to Glorify 2026, happening right here at the Victory Bible Church International Dominion Sanctuary inside Awoshi, and it's happening on the 30th of August. Joining me this year is my big brother and a mogul, Minister Joe Meso. We also have a special monologue by Jeffrey Norton, and my brother King's Kid is also going to be here.
Yes, come let's celebrate God for His goodness and mercies at Glorified 2026 on August 30th, 2026. Doors open at 4 p.m. prompt, and the venue is Victory Bible Church Dominion Sanctuary, Awoshi Bayard. Media sponsors Channel 1 TV, City FM. Come ready to encounter.
First one.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
First one.
Costumes.
Second one.
Anophiles.
What's it?
Anophiles.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The second one.
Anophiles. Anophiles.
What's the name?
Amorphous.
What's the name?
Amorphous.
Huh?
Amorphous.
This August, join us on Channel 1 TV as we bring you sights and sounds from our unforgettable journey that began on the 1st of March to the 8th of March 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 Diaries is about to hit your screens here on Channel 1 TV. Relive the unforgettable moments from the 10th edition of the Heritage Caravan as we take you back to the events that took place within those 8 days across 14 regions of Ghana, from the rich culture and history to the stunning landscapes, mouth-watering cuisine, and unforgettable experiences. Every episode celebrates the beauty and diversity of Ghana.
So from Asante Osei line, maternally, are the rulers of the Asante Kingdom since 1690.
Don't bend so Marvin, now to the champion. Don't bend so Marvin, now to the champion. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Way now, no be that. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Way now, no be that. Baby, your bow, money coming, son, Stay with us here on Channel 1 TV this August as we take you back in time. Let's relive the memories, shall we?
Women Arise 2026. Are you ready? Under the auspices of His Eminence Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams and Lady Rosa Whittaker Duncan Williams, Women of Action presents Women Arise 2026 under the theme Women Shaping Generations, Ruth 3:1. Ministering Bishop Emeritus James Sarr, Bishop Irene Aqua Hayford, Bishop Olivia Doche, and Reverend Christine Okanse. Panel discussion, Lady Rosa Whittaker Duncan Williams and Her Excellency Joel Howard Taylor, former Vice President of Liberia. Date, Thursday 20th August to Saturday 22nd August 2026. Service times are as follows. Evening services, Thursday 20th August and Friday 21st August. Deliverance and ministration. Time, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Morning services, Friday 21st August. Ministration, single women, fruit of the womb and special needs, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Skills training from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday 22nd August. Free health screening, 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and panel discussion from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Closing ceremony by Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams at 12:30 p.m.
Let every prolonged battle over our sons and our daughters be arrested in the name of Jesus. Let every unresolved issue be resolved. Let stubborn situations be arrested in the name of Jesus. Put your hands together and say, I arrest stubborn situation.
Venue, Action Chapel International Prayer Cathedral, Spintex Road. Women Arise 2026, an experience you cannot miss. Women of Action, impacting lives.
All right, sure. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily, and you just saw a video of Women Arise 2026. That means it's back again. And in studio with us, we have Deaconess Josephine Taylor and Deaconess Jacqueline Ohimeng. We are about to have a conversation about this event that is going to be happening on the 20th to the 22nd. Get to know what it's about, who needs to be there, who can be there, and what is going to be happening on those days. You are welcome.
Thank you.
All right, you're all looking very lovely. You know, I said it off camera, but I have to say it again to show you how much I really admire you people today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so let's get straight into it. Women Arise. What is Women Arise all about? And I'm asking because although I have spoken about it last year, there are some new viewers that might just be joining us or watching us for the first time and not even know what Women Arise is all about. Can you tell us what it's about?
Okay, so I'll take the first question. So good morning to your viewers and everyone. Women Arise is an annual international women's conference hosted by Action Chapel International under the auspices of His Eminence, the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams and Lady Rosa Duncan Williams. I mean, both Papa, we call him Papa, Archbishop, both Papa and Lady Rosa believe in the empowerment of women. And so this convention is, yes, it's a convention. This convention is created or it's established to address issues that pertain to women. So women going through challenges, long-term issues that have been outstanding. This is dedicated towards that. We look at also empowering women. So the subjects or the ministrations is tailored towards women's issues. At the end of the day, women should be empowered after the conference. So that's what Women Arise is about.
So what is the theme for this year's Women Arise?
All right, so the theme for this year is Women Shaping Generations. And our theme scripture is from the book of Ruth, chapter 3 and verse 1, where it talks about Naomi and Ruth. You know, there's a compelling, inspiring story about these two women, a younger woman and an older woman. We know the story very well. You know, how that Naomi lost her husband and her two children, and she was stuck with her two daughters-in-law. and at some point she wanted to leave. I mean, she was leaving because there was nothing really she was living for. And we saw these daughters-in-law. We had Ruth and we had Orpah. I almost said Oprah. So Naomi entreated both of them to leave, right? But Ruth stuck. She did not leave. Orpah left, because really there was nothing she was going to live for, right? They had lost their husbands, were pretty young, so there was nothing in store for them. But I believe that Ruth had the competitive edge. The story is also about faith. It's about loyalty. I think it's about humility also and faith, because they were from Moab, and Moab were idol worshippers. But through marriage, Ruth had come to know the God of Israel, and she didn't want to lose her salvation. So she told her mother-in-law, for instance, that her God would be her God, her people would be her people, and all that. She had that competitive edge and saw beyond just the situation and the circumstance at that time, unlike her sister-in-law who left. So it's a story of mentorship, a story of loyalty, of humility, being ready to be mentored by, younger children being ready to be mentored by older women.
All right. And why is this team important?
I think it's important because we live in a day and age where the younger generation, the Gen Zs from, they think they know it all because when it comes to technology, they are way out there, they are smart, they can think on their feet, they have everything going well for them. You understand? Because in our day and age, we had to work hard. Our parents could only afford so much, and we were well aware that we needed to make the effort, put in the work, to get somewhere. But they have everything working for them. And really, it's a good thing. But then I think they lack a certain wisdom that the older women or older people are in a position to address. So just like we saw with Ruth and with Naomi, they are both protagonists when it comes to that story, because Ruth played her role as a younger person. She was humble, she was loyal, she was kind, and her mother-in-law saw that in her, and she could not do anything but also to respond in that manner,
Right.
Yes.
So who are the speakers that are going to be speaking throughout these 2 days?
Okay, so the program, like she said, runs from the 20th, which is tomorrow. All roads lead to Action Chapel, to Saturday, 22nd August. Our main speakers, starting from Lady Rosa Duncan Williams. She's a woman who has impacted her world globally, and she's still impacting us today. We have Her Excellency Howard Taylor, Joel Taylor. She is also the former vice president of Liberia. This is a woman who has a great depth of experience. We'll be drawing from her. We have His Eminence Bishop James Sarr, who has been a long bishop at Action Chapel, a seasoned teacher of the word. We have one of our lady bishops, Bishop Irene Akwa-Hayford, who will also take the ministration, as well as Bishop Olivia Duche.
Right.
So these are the speakers for the conference.
Right. So what is the program lineup for the 3 days? You just mentioned that it started from the 20th and it ends on the 22nd.
Yes.
What's the lineup like?
So we do have a very exciting lineup. It all starts tomorrow evening. It kicks off with Bishop James Sarr. The ministration starts from 6:30 to 9 p.m. and it's going to be a powerful time of worship, powerful time of intercession, powerful time of word ministration and interaction with the woman. That's for Thursday. Friday morning, we have a single woman's program, Women Seeking the Fruit of the Womb. So targeted issues, women, single mothers, women who have some difficulties, who need one-on-one ministration. That will take place. Then we'll move on to skills training. It's very important that as a woman or a Christian woman, you are hands-on and you are able to provide extra resources for yourself or to be able to acquire new skills. So that will take place in the morning. That's Friday.
Yeah.
Then in the evening, we have another administration session. Yeah.
To be taken by Bishop
To be taken by Bishop Olivia Doche on the Friday evening. On Saturday morning, we have a free medical screening. Very important that as women again, we do our medical checks. We take that for granted, but it's very important, especially if you're a woman above 50. It's very important that annually you do your checks. And these things are free. There's going to be eye screening, there's going to be blood, and all the basic health checks. On Saturday, just after the medical and free screening, then we go to the panel discussion, and that will be with Lady Rosa and Her Excellency, Madam Taylor. The Archbishop will close the conference after that, and that's going to be very, very powerful. So we encourage everyone to be there. This is a free program for everyone.
Yeah. So what can participants, expect?
Well, I think they should come expecting to be empowered, for their lives to be enriched, to learn new things. I think throughout the Bible or throughout the ages, God has used women right from creation, to bring his purpose and his purpose to pass. When you take somebody like Moses, it took his mother, Moses' mother, his sister, it took Pharaoh's daughter, who was an influential person at the time. But it also took ordinary women. The Bible records them as the midwives, you understand? Because it was said that they were instructed to kill the sons of the Hebrew women. But the Bible talks about the fact that they were God-fearing women, and they spared the lives of the boys, the young babies. And that's how come Moses survived. And God used all these women, both influential and ordinary, to bring his purposes to pass, in the life, to drive his purpose on earth. So everyone coming, whether you're influential, wherever you are, just come, come and learn new things, new skills, new opportunities. Come and network, come and listen to these powerful women. You should hear Lady Rosa speak. She speaks with such wisdom. She has so much to impart, same as Lady Her Excellency Jewel Taylor.
Yeah.
So come, your life will be enriched, you'll be empowered, and you will take on your world wherever you are, whatever your background.
All right. Thank you so much, Deaconess Josephine Taylor and Deaconess Jacqueline Ohimeng. This was a very beautiful conversation. So ladies, women, this weekend is actually for you. It's going to be happening at the Action Chapel International from the 20th to the 22nd August. It starts tomorrow. And excitingly, there's always like a morning and there's an evening. There's always an activity, somewhere. So if you can go for the morning, that'll be great. If you can't make it, you can join the ministration in the evening. They're going to be powerful. They're going to be prayers, and you will also be inspired by this wonderful speakers that have been mentioned. Ladies, like I said, it's tomorrow, 20th to the 22nd at the Action Chapel. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be speaking about mosquitoes.
Women Arise 2026. Are you ready? Under the auspices of His Eminence Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams and Lady Rosa Whittaker Duncan Williams, Women of Action presents Women Arise 2026 under the theme Women Shaping Generations, Ruth 3:1. Ministering Bishop Emeritus James Sarr, Bishop Irene Aqua Hayford, Bishop Olivia Doche, and Reverend Christian Okanse. Panel discussion, Lady Rosa Whittaker Duncan Williams and Her Excellency Joel Howard Taylor, former Vice President of Liberia. Date, Thursday 20th August to Saturday 22nd August 2026. Service times are as follows. Evening services, Thursday 20th August and Friday 21st August. Deliverance and ministration. Time 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Morning services, Friday 21st August. Ministration, single women, fruit of the womb and special needs, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Skills training from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday 22nd August, free health screening, 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and panel discussion from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Closing ceremony by Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams at 12:30 p.m.
Let every prolonged battle over our sons and our daughters be arrested in the name of Jesus. Let every unresolved issue be resolved. Let stubborn situations be arrested in the name of Jesus. Put your hands together and say, I arrest stubborn situation.
Venue, Action Chapel International Prayer Cathedral, Spintex Road. Women Arise 2026, an experience you cannot miss. Women of Action, impacting lives.
All right, thank you very much for staying with us. This is still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 Television. And yes, Chris announced earlier that we're going to delve into mosquito conversation, the whole celebration. But before that, let's delve into the Literacy Challenge 2026 edition. Last weekend, Sunday, shortlisted candidates, 100 of them, they sat for the aptitude test. It was amazing, insightful. Now we have in studios with us head of programs production here at Channel 1 Television, Apioko Sarah Abi. We like to call her Abi. Abi, good morning, welcome.
Good morning. Thank
No,
you.
you're not
How are
calling
you
it
all
well.
doing?
Okay, you're new, so you don't really know. It's called Madam
Oh my
Apioko,
goodness.
especially when it's literacy. It's even literacy
Yes,
challenge.
with the
Especially when it's
literature, you
literacy
know.
challenge
Yes.
moment. When we are talking about education, when we are talking about using your number 6, you know?
Your number 6.
Madam, so Madam Apioko.
Yeah, the grammar, the
She
pronunciations
becomes a
must come.
teacher. She becomes a teacher.
I don't even know what to say.
See my shoulders are even up for you.
Energy.
Oh, yes, yes,
That's
yes.
Chris is bringing.
Yeah.
Chris,
We are under your teaching.
should I mention the name I call you?
Oh no. Hi,
Good
Madam
morning.
Apioko.
Hello, Chris.
How are you?
I'm well. With a PH.
Yes, Christopher. All right, so Appy, we have the shortlisted people actually wrote their aptitude tests over the weekend. That was on Sunday. First of all, how was it like?
So a lot of our colleagues were concerned about the questions. The questions looked difficult. Would they be able to answer? But after the test had happened and we interacted with these young people, they said, no, it wasn't difficult.
Hey, that means
You know,
we're using a lot.
We're using a lot.
It says
It wasn't difficult.
we're using a lot of AI. It says messing our heads.
See? But then also, it goes to tell you how we underestimate the intellect and then the quality of knowledge that our young people hold within them. See, they're exposed to so many different things. And the tendency is to think that, oh, you're young, you
So you
can't
don't
know
know.
much.
Yeah.
But they read. They watch things. They're on digital platforms. So they're really getting an overload of information. Now, many of these young people, in fact, all of those who came to the test center, to the British Council on Sunday, they came with parents, guardians, teachers, and you can tell that these people are very active in their lives. So they're able to sift through the kind of information that's coming to them and take what will either enrich their experiences or give them wider knowledge as to whatever they're experiencing around them. So they know a lot of things. They're very brilliant. But the beautiful thing about Sunday was that we had all our top 10 regions represented at the British Council.
Right.
And people who are coming from, especially the regions are furthest away from Accra, from the Greater Accra region. So our northern region, our upper west, upper east, they came with their aunties and their uncles and their cousins. They all came to come and support them. And it was a beautiful display of how diverse we are as a Ghanaian people. I think that's one of the things I took away from Sunday. The other thing is this. Young people always know how to strike conversations with each other. So by the time, by the time they were leaving, they had made friends with people from different parts of the country, because young people don't have heirs. They are not overthinking.
They're not overthinkers.
No.
Yeah.
And that was also beautiful. And that's an important thing, because the next level of the literacy challenge has a very regional dynamic, but it's unique in the fact that the top 30, so top three from each of the 10 regions will be competing as a team. So they're not going in as just Chris, just Wahab, just Appy. They are going in as Chris, Wahab, Appy, one team.
Regional agenda.
From the region of Channel 1. Channel 1 region. They are going together. So that's the structure of level 3. So as the marking happens this week for the aptitude test, by Monday, we'll be making an announcement of who these top 30 students are. But they're not competing as individuals. Going into the quiz round, the finale, which would be the 5th and 6th of September, they are going as regional teams, 10 regional teams. Now, when they compete, all these 10 regions within the teams, what we are trying to encourage them to learn is the importance of teamwork, the importance of the concept of partnership, collaboration. Because as we can see, in the world that we live in, you can't walk by yourself. You have to know how, and it's something that unfortunately Ghanaians we're terrible at, and we're trying to work on it, right? You have to know how to work with people. Collaborate. People write on their CVs, great team player, and then when you have to work with them,
They
you're
can't
like,
defend it.
at all. You know, so actively getting them to understand that people are coming from different homes, different schools, different backgrounds. We now have to work together. We don't have to be friends, but we have a common goal. We're looking for a common victory, and then we're doing it together.
That's great.
That's actually very exciting to hear. Now that the marking has actually started, have you seen some, remarkable marks or scores?
Look, it's tough.
I know.
It's tough because, and I mean, we expected it, because really, right from the essay round, the very brilliant essays, the top essays, are the ones who are the owners of those top essays, are the ones who made it to level 2. So definitely you can already see the way they think. You can already have an idea of who they are, what their ideals are, what their opinions are. So seeing that translate into another form during the aptitude test, and then seeing what we're seeing with them, we're not surprised. And of course, the response they gave us, I asked them as a group, was it difficult? No. Oh, no. No, it wasn't difficult.
I saw one reaction from one of the participants, Fafa Melody from the Channel 1 newsroom, engaged her, and she said she was there last year, but she couldn't make it to the next one. So it means some of these people are there, and they had gone back, sealed the loopholes that limited the progress in the competition. So definitely you're going to see some amazing stuff.
No, very true. And you see, there's something about competition culture in general. Many of these young people, the literacy challenge is not the only thing that they've competed in. Some of them have done robotics. Some of them have done other literacy focused, like reading competitions, things like that. So they have already developed their skills in terms of, the winning mindset and what it takes to prepare yourself for something like this. And I think it's something that a lot of adults can learn from them. The way they came in, very posed, walked in like superstars. Yes,
confident.
All of this is happening because of me. And they're very much aware of that. And they walked into that aura and carried it through the test. And then, like you said, Fafa engaged a young lady, and you heard her responses.
Yeah, very amazing.
Very articulate. Knows what she's talking about, believes in what she's talking about. So it's great to see what our young people are doing and be able to showcase in this way who they really are. The side of them that you wouldn't normally encounter when you're telling them to sweep at home or to lay their beds, right? The other thing I want to touch on is the nature of the questions. Yes, we've done the aptitude test under the Literacy Challenge umbrella before, but this time there was a lot more deliberate effort by the examiners to make sure that there's more activity-based things happening for them to be able to answer certain questions. Now, I'll give you an example. I have a question booklet here. This is the booklet that they had. Yes, the actual booklet, one of them. Now, in the science concept section, they were told to take a comb, and we gave them an aptitude test kit. So it had lots of different things in there, strange things. They were told to take a small comb, pass it through their hair, and then tear A4 sheets that they've been given into small pieces of paper.
Right.
And after you pass the comb through your hair, see what happens
to the,
when you touch the paper with the comb.
Yeah.
That's what
magnetism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they did it. So when you do something like that, now there are about 5 or 6 questions following that you have to answer based on that activity.
That's experience. Wow.
Now, the comb wasn't expensive. The entire activity kits we gave to them was valued at 45 cedis per head. You can have cheaper ones, 30, depending on what is in the kit. But they were able to interact with it and answer questions. So we're also looking at what our education should look like, what our assessment styles should also look like. So they didn't have to memorize a whole lot of things, but based on what they were engaging with, they could recall and answer.
I like the fact that you said they didn't have to memorize a lot of things.
And there's things
because the whole, we see a lot of chew and pour.
Yeah, and they had salt.
Yeah.
They know that salt is used for their food. The scientists will know the chemical composition of salt, NaCl, right? Table salt. They had a lime, so not a lemon, a lime. They had a rubber band. They had some paper clips, little things, a groundnut in the shell. And there are answers. So the lime, for example, there's one question that said they should describe the surface, the texture of the surface of the lime without using the word rough. So now you have to think outside of the box.
Textured.
You know, the textured. You know, there's a question about the groundnut, you know, is what kind, so the possible answers will still come. So what kind of food is this? So is it plant-based? Is it, you know, all those things. But you're looking at it and it triggers your mind. So the next time you go, you will never forget that you answered this question. You link it to the visual, physical, the physicality also of the groundnut. And you remember this for the rest of your life.
Because you were in that, you think on your feet, the critical thinking aspect of it.
Exactly.
So, but this year, is there more competition? Are there more schools that joined?
There are, and there's also more competition because of the regional dynamic. So now it's become much more competitive because it's not your top 50 students from who maybe would have been from Accra or maybe Kumasi who have now made it. Now it's regional. So you are the best from your region. And that means that if you come from a region that has a lot of representation, the competition is higher, right?
We're wrapping up, but a few words to our candidates who are home, you know, waiting to get that call that, hello, you have made it to the final stage of the competition. What can you tell them?
So I just want them to remember that the winning team, the winning regional team receives 15,000 Ghana cedis, so 5,000 cedis each, a laptop each, a trophy each, a gold medal, a certificate. And then from the winning team, we now select our overall most outstanding pre-secondary school students in Ghana who gets an extra 5,000 cedis and a plaque. So you're vying for the very top spot as a team, but you're also vying for that 10,000 Ghana cedis
as an individual.
Wow, so there you heard it from the horse's own mouth. Apieko Seram Abi.
A pony.
A pony, you got that?
So the ponies also do.
They do.
Oh, okay.
But I imagine it's like,
Okay.
Right. So we are not only encouraging and celebrating collaboration, teamwork, but individual excellence is also something that we are very particular about. So as we are home waiting to hear that score or that test that says you have qualified for the next read of the competition, you know, fingers crossed, don't worry. So this is the Breakfast Daily on right here on Channel 1 television. We're going for a quick break. When we come back, we'll delve into the world of malaria and talk about the World Mosquito Day. Don't go away.
for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome back to the show. This is still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 Television. And as I told you earlier, we are going to talk about mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are one of the world's dangerous vectors when it comes to diseases and all that. And the 20th of August every year has been, slated to talk about malaria and the mosquito in particular. And today in studio we have with us Dr. Seth Ofe Ado. He is a medical entomologist from the Vector Research Group from Noguchi Memorial Institute and Medical Research from the University of Ghana. And also Richard Mam. He's a senior research assistant at the same department, Vector Research Group, Noguchi Memorial Institute, and Paul Boateng, he's head of malaria case management from the National Malaria Elimination Program. You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Malaria, mosquito. Let's start first of all. Why the need to set aside a day to talk about, to celebrate mosquito across the world? Let me start with you, Doc.
Yeah, so thank you for having us here, and good morning to all the viewers. Why having a day for mosquitoes? So we realized that mosquitoes, even though they are tiny, they cause a lot of damage in that they spread a lot of pathogens to us. Most of it, the chief of it being malaria. So across sub-Saharan Africa, we have a lot of malaria cases. And so there's a need for us to put a day where we get to remind ourselves what mosquitoes are, why we need to make sure we are safe, and then protect ourselves from getting infected. Yeah.
Wow. So what's the genesis of all this, this particular celebration?
So then we realized that over the years, malaria, as I said, has become so common. And we have pregnant women and then children under 5 mostly being infected. So then there's a need for us to put that day to remind ourselves that this tiny insect, which is present with us, is the one responsible for this infection, and that we need to protect ourselves. So then there was that very need to put that day in place.
Wow. Let me come to you, Richard. Mosquitoes are mostly, not mostly, they are described as the world's most deadliest animals. Why?
Okay.
Very tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, they are very tiny, but then they cause a lot of damage. So annually, you have mosquito killing over 70,000 people annually.
70,000 people?
700,000 people, over 500,000.
Wow.
But most importantly, you find mosquitoes everywhere in the world. They are abundant. So in just a few countries, or one, in Iceland, that you wouldn't find mosquitoes, and that's because of their frequent freezing and thawing weather. And then in Antarctica, so where these mosquitoes breed, are frozen, and so their larvae and eggs are unable to survive. Apart from that, they are abundant everywhere, right? And they are able to harbor the pathogen, propagate the pathogens in them, and then transmit them to humans. Yeah.
From the beginning of the conversation, we're saying mosquitoes. Is it all mosquitoes that are deadly, or there are specific ones? Let's make that clear, especially for our viewers.
Great. So there are over 3,500 species of mosquitoes.
Wow.
Yeah. There are over 3,500 species of mosquitoes. Yeah. But the ones that are very relevant are 3. So those are the Anopheles, the Aedes, and the Culex. Just before the show, I saw a street quiz where they were being asked to mention the Anopheles mosquito. Yes. So those 3 are very dangerous. So you have the Anopheles transmitting malaria, which we all know very well.
Okay.
And then lymphatic filariasis, what we call elephantiasis, where you have your swollen leg and then some parts of your body.
Yeah.
Right. Then we have the Aedes mosquitoes. They transmit mostly arboviruses, what we call arthropod-borne viruses. So they transmit yellow fever. Most people do not know that yellow fever is even transmitted by mosquitoes. Then we have Zika, we have chikungunya, then we have dengue virus. Right. The Culex, depending on where you find them, might be able to also transmit lymphatic filariasis, what I just mentioned. Right. Yeah. But then there are some mosquito species that wouldn't transmit. They would just feed on nectar. And most importantly, the male mosquito does not bite. It's the females that cause the trouble. So the male mosquitoes will not bite you. Some mosquitoes will just feed on nectar. And some would also just feed on animals. Yes. So.
Wow, amazing. Let me come to you, Paul. So mosquitoes bite you, and we know what the end product is. Definitely going to end up with malaria in most likely cases, 99.99%.
That's very high, but
better position.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we've been doing some work. You are from the National Malaria Elimination Program. Why mosquitoes of everything but human? We very attractive to them to be biting us.
Well, as Mom said, mosquitoes, a lot of them would feed on nectar, but usually the female, to help propagate or develop its eggs, it needs blood for its eggs to develop, and that's when the female Anopheles mosquito is attracted to man to bite, to get just a little of your blood for its eggs to be able to survive. So its intention is not to bite you to transmit disease to you, but it's just for its babies to survive, basically. Yeah.
Wow. Look, I'm coming back to you. There are some misconceptions. I've heard people say mosquitoes sometimes transmit HIV. Let's settle that debate. Is it true?
Well, it's just a myth. It's actually not true. So the virus would have to establish itself to be able to move on to a human. And then with mosquitoes, once they take on the blood, it gets digested. The virus won't be able to replicate within the mosquito to be able to move on to a human. if it could, by now, probably all of us would have been infected because we have all been bitten by a mosquito at one point in time. But good for us, they can't.
Well, one of the easiest means that people try to do away, get rid of mosquitoes is this mosquito coils and all that. Are they really safe? Is it that effective?
Well, so with mosquito coils, what it does is it prevents the mosquito from biting you. So it's effective to a certain point, but to use it, you need to be in a well-ventilated room.
Okay.
So it's not safe to sleep in a room with the mosquito coil while everywhere is covered. It's actually not safe. So you can use it, but use it with caution.
Amazing. Let me come to you, Paul. Tomorrow is 20th of August, and yes, days later to talk about mosquitoes, malaria, intertwine, all that. Are there some activities lined up to celebrate this particular day?
Yes, so there are a couple of webinars or seminars slated for tomorrow. In fact, today actually. One is in collaboration with Noguchi and other partners, and then the other one is in collaboration with the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. So we'll talk about the mosquito, its impact, and how we can prevent the various diseases that are caused by it. And the one by the Pharmaceutical Society is looking at how do we test and treat the malaria that comes with mosquito bites. Beyond that, I mean, beyond today and tomorrow, I think tomorrow there's also going to be a health walk at the University of Ghana, being led by Noguchi. And I'm told they will start from Okpongolo and then through campus, and then I think they'll end up somewhere. I don't know where you end up, but it's mainly on campus actually. Yes, but beyond that also, we have an arts competition for junior high school students as well. Where we want them to do maybe some fine arts, also do some music, and then also possibly some dance performance, just to be able to showcase how mosquitoes are dangerous and how they transmit other diseases. And it will be competitive, and the winners will be selected and awards will be provided as well. So if you have any young lad who is around that age, you can encourage them to put in their
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I think we've learned a lot. Over 700,000 cases of malaria due to mosquitoes annually. Death. Yes. Wow. That's amazing. That's very worrying. Not amazing. Well, thank you very much. So we've been speaking with Dr. Setofe Ado. He is a medical entomologist at the Vector Research Group, Noguchi Memorial Institute and Medical Research, and also Richard Mam from the same institution, and Paul Boateng. He's head of malaria case management from the Ghana Malaria Elimination Program. Thank you very much for coming on the show, gentlemen. And that's how we wrap up today's edition of Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One Television. My name is Wahab Abdurazak, and I did this with Chris Carter, and earlier Judanka started the show.